Welcome to the MegaCast Film Room. Will, something you'll be looking for tonight?
Well, I think it's Clemson defending Alabama's shots down the field. Lane does a great job of dialing up 6 to 8 shots in the game to two really good players, Ridley and Stewart, two explosive playmakers for Alabama.
This game is going to be won or lost up front, and I'm interested to see that front seven pressure out of Clemson, and Alabama get after that offensive line, and whose offensive line can hold up.
I think it's really going to be interesting to see what Clemson does to help their offensive line against Alabama's defensive front, whether they're going to put the ball on the perimeter as many times as possible, make those big guys try to run sideline to sideline to slow them down, or if it's going to be with tempo. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch that.
I think this game will come down to which one of the running backs can get going and have a good game. Both defenses are really good against the run, and I think whichever one of the running backs that can come and have a good game will be beneficial for that football team.
And if Deshaun Watson, the quarterback, gets his running game going along with Gallman and, of course, Derrick Henry.
Absolutely, and I think that's what gives Clemson the advantage is that they have a quarterback that can run as well, which, again, now you got to defend 11 guys and not 10.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they prepared these quarterbacks for such a big stage in this game. And really, when you look at a first-year starter in Coker, you can say that, but the guy's got some experience now. He's been in systems. He knows how to do it. But, especially early in the game, what are they going to do to get him off to a fast start? What are they going to do to try to spit the ball out quick and get a little confidence as the game moves on?
Well, and you have experience, right, with two quarterbacks winning the national championship in their first year, A.J. McCarron and Greg McElroy. I think there's been a lot said about this front seven for Bama, and rightfully so. But big key in this game, I think, love to hear from you guys, is tackling on the perimeter from Alabama. Minka Fitzpatrick, a true freshman, Ronnie Harrison, a true freshman, nickel and dime on the edge. How important is tackling for them?
Well, they're going to create space plays. Clemson's going to have success running the ball and getting the ball in the perimeter. It's also the 50-50 balls down the field.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of 50-50 balls. Kirby's going to play man-to-man. Alabama's got to win down the field.
When you see those guys, when they take advantage of matchups, and what you talked about is taking those play-action shots, especially early in the downs. And when you really see it, I'll be interested to see who wins first down, who can stay on schedule on either side offensively.
No doubt.
It's still going to be about moving the chains, so even if they do get off, off the chains, they're going to have to move them eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, big game mentality now. Who's got to win the mental war? I mean,
yeah.
There's going to be a lot of nerves out there today. Alabama's played in these games before. Clemson hadn't played in as many, but the mental part of that game, I think, is going to be huge.
What do you guys do as head coaches to make sure that these guys are settled down, or you just let them play it out the first series and then they all settle down? Or what's your mentality as far as the mental game goes as a head coach?
I think offensively, a little bit about how you direct the, your openers, what you do early on to get your quarterback comfortable, to get your running back comfortable, the offensive lineman up to the speed of the game, all those things, just so they all settle in.
Willie, what about if you have a guy like Derrick Henry? Little play action because Clemson's all jacked up to stop the Heisman Trophy winner. What about a little play action off early and throw deep to see if Clemson's going to be aware of they all tuned in on stopping Derrick Henry?
Well, I think that's going to be key for both teams to play action because they both can run the football, and play action early or play action late. I think it's going to have to happen throughout the game with both teams having really good running backs.
You talk about that, and I think everybody's kind of gotten into this RPO stuff, the run play action stuff, and I think that'll be big to see how Watson handles that and how Clemson does that against Alabama's defense.
Everybody's going to want to get their safeties involved to try to stop the run, get an extra hat in there, and so, yeah, the RPOs will be a factor tonight.
You look at the special team stuff now. This could be a difference in a big game, and I know Bobby Williams does a great job, with their special teams at Alabama, and they've got some dynamic return guys, and there's some hidden yardage to be found there.
All right, let's go. Play ball.
Wow.
There's Clemson special teams right there.
There you go.
21-yard line. Let's go.
Looks like they actually missed the trap on it. Double team got split a little bit, and the trap on the 5 there looks like it missed.
Well, it didn't help him. He caught the ball going backwards.
Yeah.
Is this an advantage here for Alabama getting the ball first?
I think it's interesting.
We'll let you know the first couple seasons.
I'm always one of those guys that likes to have it. You know, I think, you know, what the heck, let's go and let's see what we can do, get a couple first downs, and if nothing else, try to flip the field, force them to go long field on the back end.
Could be loud here. A lot of Clemson fans in the stands.
Play action.
Action right there.
Check it down.
Now you got to tackle.
Good check down.
Tackle.
And that's kind of what we called for, right? A little play action, Derrick
Right off the
Henry
bat.
early, and
Yeah.
try to take a shot downfield. I think good composure.
That looked like Clemson's offense right there.
Yeah.
Didn't look like an Alabama offense.
They get a lot of, especially with Drake in the game, but to create a lot of bunch sets here with all the man-to-man,
Tempo.
I think you see
Oh,
some.
boy.
Make him run east and west.
Got a guy that the receiver didn't get set there.
Yeah.
The flag.
Good job vertical penetration by Clemson right there, playing up the field.
And that's something we'll look for all night from Clemson, right, Coach Fedora? I mean, when you played them, they like to have those linebackers downhill.
They're coming downhill. They're going to get up the field. They're going to try to make you bounce that thing and make you go east and west.
Offside.
And I think they probably feel comfortable. If they can make Derrick Henry go east and west all night, they're going to feel pretty good.
Well, that's something you go back and look at Florida State, and they had success, Jim. You watched it against Clemson of getting in the bunch, going to the tempo, running the crack toss. You're getting a lot of man-to-man. Get yourself in a gap scheme play to where you can get the ball in the perimeter.
You know, and then off of that, once you get them overloaded, now they'll come back and run that counter, and that'll be something that'll be big for them on the backside.
Shaq Lawson
Looks like he's
game,
offside.
but offsides.
You know, interesting, you know, they came with their tempo of their own right there. Actually threw a fastball at them right there on the second play, which was obviously in part of their script or their first 15.
They've been bunched almost every formation so far in the first 3 plays.
You know, I think you're going to see that's some of the play action that's going to come off of that, where they're maybe trying to end up
Fastball. Here we go. Fastball on third and short here.
right here.
Kind of lined
That's
up.
right.
No huddle. Get on the ball quickly.
It's not going to be quarterback sneak.
They got 8 men up there. Here they come.
Inside zone.
Hard to stop that.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that's pretty important for Alabama because they hadn't had a really good third down offense.
You look at Clemson's not really lined up. The linebackers just barely getting lined up. They're not ready to go.
Well, I think what this does, and you guys on defense know that sometimes it doesn't allow you to dial up, you know, some of your third down pressures that you like. And in this case, they stayed in, you know, silver personnel or 12 personnel and ran it at them.
You know, one of the issues you get into when you face a team like Alabama, when they don't run a lot of tempo, then all of a sudden they're on the ball, their tempo, and your guys aren't ready to roll.
Alabama miscommunication on their tempo right here, just up top.
Yeah, what happened here?
This is actually a little RPO of their own right here. They've got a smoke screen, and somebody didn't get, I think the outside guy's supposed
Ridley.
He's supposed to actually run the hitch right there, and
Freshman jitters right there.
there you go.
Well, he's their big play guy, right? We look for him to get the ball tonight to make something happen in space.
2nd and 10, a rundown.
They're going to manage for third down. 2nd and 10 off an incomplete pass. They're going to manage for third down. They don't want to be in 3rd and 10. They want to try and gain it to at least 3rd and 7 and manage from there.
First 3rd and long of the game right here.
Well, you got your corner right there making a tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Extra guy in the box.
Yeah. You could tell that zone because you have a corner lined up over a tight end.
That's Artavis Bryant on the end there, playing in place of Shaq Lawson.
This will be interesting to see how their tackles handle the speed of these pass rushers here in this third down. A little game.
Check
Shallow
it out.
drag.
Tackle.
Try to go get it.
First down.
First
Got
down.
it. Nice play. Just a little shallow cross.
They went ahead and probably cleared everything out on the top, brought the X under. Yeah,
Yep.
there it is.
Yeah.
Just tried to blow it out and isolate.
Little surprise, guys, that Clemson went zone there and not man, which are kind of their bread and butter on third down.
Yeah, they're like
Third and long.
50-50.
Another unbalanced set. Toss play. Did that earlier when they lined up off sides, had no success.
They're going to have something set up coming off. That's probably the counter coming back weak
They're
side.
going to run that counter, and then they're going to run that naked slice, you know, with one of
Throwback
those
to
guys
Coker
coming
maybe,
back.
too, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think? Can he run?
He can run. He's hard to tackle in the pocket.
There you go.
Just look at the tempo of this game already. I mean, that Alabama set, you know, be
Is
interesting. to see.
Alabama's offensive tackles in the backfield or what? I mean, too many guys in the back. You guys ever call that?
No.
The defensive guy says.
It's a nice job by Alabama stretching it out.
You know, I'm interested from you guys' perspective. Mackenzie Alexander had a hamstring this week. Were they going to match him on Calvin Ridley or not? How would you guys play that matchup?
He plays a lot in the slot, doesn't he? First of all, I think he plays a lot in the slot, so unless you're a nickel, you know, you're not getting a matchup.
Well, I'm sure
He's got
Alabama's
number
got
one now.
somebody in the box watching to see how he's handling himself, and they'll have somebody watching to see how healthy he looks. Brent has played more zone, in my opinion, than they've been playing for this year.
He's matched up on Ridley now. There he is.
Third and
He
medium.
got a little help.
Third and medium.
Got a lot of time.
Got it.
Got time, but nothing open.
Good job getting the ball out.
Right, guys, he was looking at it right here. You can see he's looking that way. He wants to throw this ball, but there's nowhere to throw it.
You
See Dabo giving the safe signal. We're getting a little punt safe here, I guess.
You're taking a look now. There was a whole bunch of green grass in the middle of the field there.
They got a wide route, and Ridley's coming open, and we get a pretty good hold of the jersey right here. I'm a defensive guy, but if that had been us, that had been called. I can.
Yeah, it's interesting. They went man coverage on that as opposed to the zone.
I tell you, if you go back and watch that, if you go back and watch Alexander, he showed there that he's not really healthy. He was gimping trying to catch up to that guy there.
That's why he held him.
You know, even
still
that.
a good series for
Yeah, there's a
Alabama.
great.
I mean,
You
they
get a
just-
couple first downs. Yeah.
And Clemson's got to go 90-something yards, you know. I mean,
Exactly
that's a good, you know, it's a good start.
I think with both teams and both of them have.
And I got to think, Clemson probably feeling pretty good after that. You know, they took some shots. They kind of got their, you know, nerves settled there defensively, and now we'll put that offense on the field.
Well, they got to settle in and get adjusted to the speed of the game.
There
Which
you go.
your scout teams can't, you know, they can't do that.
No,
they can't
that's
give
right.
you the speed of the game.
Fortunately, in this situation, I don't think any of us has been in it. You've played a game, now you're only a week out. Normally in a bowl game, you're a month out, and it's hard to adjust to the speed of the game unless you've been able to do some live contact.
No doubt about it.
There's your stacks.
Yep.
Motion. Yep.
Getting it on the perimeter.
It's interesting there. They pulled a guard away from that to try to get the fast pursuing defense of Alabama, and here they go tempo.
There's
Fast.
deep back it. Put the ball on the edge.
Good job of blocking on the perimeter.
And they want to try and create some tempo to see if they can vanilla Alabama and get them in 4 down.
2 balls on the perimeter right off the bat.
Nice job by the tight end, huh, Willie? Taking
Absolutely.
on that safety.
Absolutely.
First throw.
Shot.
Ooh.
Don't be late on that one.
That was dangerous.
Not on that out to the field.
How do you think that? How about that throw, Mac? I mean, that's not a get me warmed up throw. That's a deep comeback.
Well, those guys I coach, I tried to eliminate everything into 1/3. And it was a short third, you know, so they were getting the ball out quick. But
Run.
Got the extra hat. They
Got
bring the
extra
safety
hat,
down late.
yeah. Got the safety down late.
There he
and
comes.
they had the hitches over here as far as the reading that backer. Looks like right there, yeah.
Yeah, Deshaun's reading the backer that's walked off out there on
Number 19 there.
16.
16 to get blocked.
Here come your pass rushers, huh?
3rd down look back. Try
Got
to make
press
it
coverage up the top.
Now Alabama's killing it. They're going to a different look.
You know, they check, we check. It's
They're gonna go to
this is
mid-
where the
they're
cat
gonna
and mouse game
They're
comes.
going to go to middle field open now.
They're going to show and come.
2-man.
2-man. Quarterback's going to run.
Got a spy on the quarterback. Great play.
Great.
That's a great play.
Tell you what, that's going to be key in this game, the scramble rule, when Deshaun get out of the pocket and the receivers getting open.
Alabama's subbing, and they didn't. Clemson
Here goes
did.
tempo.
This is good.
Tempo.
There's to your sideline right there.
Yep, they got him on. Inside zone with a quick game.
Is that what you think when they go tempo? It's inside zone with a run pass option.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Simple, one word, get everybody aligned, one formation, and go.
I mean, your offensive line, you don't know how they're going to be aligned when you go quick like that. So you got some type of zone where everybody can just fit.
All right, see what the empty check is here. They're going to get 5 detached.
Alabama always has an empty check.
Well, depending on the call, they stay in base look.
Still had 6 in the box and empty.
That's a forward pass. What is that base 6 in the box? What does that mean to you guys?
Well, they're going, in my
Go
opinion,
back
right
before
here.
the motion. Go back before the motion. There's 6 guys in the box. You got 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers in the box. There's 6.
To me, Clemson was anticipating pressure. They're going to motion back to get to an empty check and then try and throw the ball on the perimeter on the
So
screen.
they're trying to invite the pressure, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And they got those guys out there communicating late when the ball's being snapped.
Going 2-man again, it looks like in 3rd and 8, at least a pre-snap look.
Rolled down. They're going to spy. Yeah, that's a good point now. They're probably going to have a spy on him all game. They're wherever that guy comes from, if it's one of the safeties, if it's a backer, here we go. He's going to come down, and that guy's going to mirror everything that they're doing there at the quarterback.
Well, when you have that, guys, don't you have to then, when the game comes down, can you win the one-on-one battles on the edge, right, on the outside?
That's what it's all about.
He was open. He just overthrew it.
That last 3rd long, that was the first 5-man pressure, that they...
You guys can't. They can't make a.
And they didn't get a hit on the quarterback
playing
either.
2-man against Deshaun Watson, can they?
Well,
If they got a guy that can catch him.
there you go.
Now that goes into the can the guy catch him?
Yeah, but you don't.
There's a big part of the game right here.
This guy's special, man. He's had a great year.
So when you take a look at those 2 opening drives, Alabama flipped the field. What'd they start on, the -8?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Or on the 9. Clemson
Yeah.
just started on -9. Now they've got the ball on the 40-yard line.
There you go. So right there, your first 2 series, you say,
That is Clemson passes the athlete test. I mean, the athlete for athlete, they can go with Alabama because we've watched that. They're running them down out on the perimeter, which, you need that to play the type of defense they play.
No doubt about it. I mean, you look at both teams out there, they're both flying around, and, it's not Clemson looking like they're being out athletic. There's both athletes on the field, both sides.
Well, we talk about field position. Again, remember I said earlier about getting 2 first downs. Alabama did that.
Yeah.
Got them down there. Clemson got 1 first down. They had the punt.
When I leave tonight, I'm going to end with a kick.
There you go.
End with a kick. One way or another, I'm going to end with a kick.
the other interesting thing when you're playing in these championship games, I think the commercials are a little longer. Okay, and there's a few, maybe more of them. The halftime, all that stuff. You actually get a lot of rest.
Yeah.
You actually
That's
do.
a good point. It's a good point. As both teams start using tempo, it'll be interesting how that works with them.
Except in the last 2 minutes of the game, you get no timeouts.
There's more eye candy.
Counters.
Counter.
It's tough off the jet action because you lose the perimeter blocker on the edge on the corner. It's hard to get the counter running back that way without a blocker.
Well, no threat of a quarterback running. You got the safety sitting there unblocked making a tackle.
Exactly.
You guys surprised they haven't tried to run at Shaq Lawson at all? He's in there.
I think the uncertainties of not knowing if he was going to play or not probably is an issue.
Well, he's limping to the football.
Sitting right there. That's a simple outside zone that had a count weak.
Nice work.
And this is a good job by Coker. He takes it to where he needs it with the numbers. They go a little FIB here, a little formation into the boundary to try to cause them into.
Well, the
cause them a
corner's
little
got to
issue.
stay outside, right, guys? I mean, the corner jumps inside.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's a downhill run that you expected to see early. It's 2 downhill runs, really.
Fit. You have to see it.
Again, it's zero pressure, guys. There's no overlap.
No safety.
No safety.
And no one to
No
fix any
safety.
mistakes.
Well, run it back second, Grease. Let's show something. The defensive end crashes inside, and the linebacker fills in the same gap, which creates the
He's got
void.
the C gap.
Well, that's the linebacker that's got to go outside the pinching defensive end.
You should look at them, too, defensively. They didn't adjust to the formation in the
This
boundary.
is the second time now they've just come out in simple dot formation and ran a tempo, inside zone, blocking it all up.
Yeah.
And I think, like Will said, where's the fit at? That's right.
10
Right,
should have been
right.
over.
They're a gap short.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, the linebacker.
Yeah, the linebacker, the safety. Somebody's wrong.
Tempo got
But
to him.
tempo
there.
got him.
Tempo got him right
got
there.
him.
They couldn't get lined up, and they didn't fit it right.
The linebacker didn't scrape to the C. The defensive end came in to B. The linebacker didn't scrape, and then you have 2 guys in one gap, then it's out to the safety.
Well,
plays.
Venables is not afraid to go 0. I mean,
Put that,
but
put
that's
that back up
what
on all
happens if
22,
you
guys.
misfit.
So there's nobody
Derek.
left.
Pat, this is a good look from behind on this touchdown. What happened?
You know what? If you look left to the center, you see 5 orange jerseys over there. On the right side, you see 4, okay? And I think with the tempo of Alabama here, then you're going to see all the defensive lines slant to the field, okay? And they're going to be a gap short on the weak side here, and Henry takes advantage of it.
You know, it's the second time that they've done this now out of tempo, where they've simply got in a 2 tight end dot formation and ran the inside zone, you know, out of tempo, and they were trying to get lined up. There they caught him, and it was a great job by those guys on the right side, just zoning off what they had.
We've got a good answer by Clemson, boys, getting a good return and getting field position, and that's Scott, who's an outstanding receiver, return guy with running back skill.
That's what you have to do to answer right there. You bring the ball back out to the 45-yard line, put your offense in good position.
I think he's going to be key in this game, especially with the jet sweeps. You know, I think that's one way Clemson's going to be able to move the football.
Empty here. No
See
empty
what their
check.
empty check is.
Beautiful.
That's 3.
Stick.
It's a RPO.
They're in a play it look there. They motioned out, so they stayed in the defense they had called and may have adjusted something out.
Ran simple stick concept. Is that
Yes.
what you guys call it over there? All right, well, little empty stick right there.
What's the stick concept, Coach?
The stick concept, throw it to the open guy.
2 and 3, run a quick out.
That's like a
One vertical.
defensive guy, right? Yeah,
No doubt about
see
it.
ball, get ball. It's not that hard.
You've been spending too much time in the offensive staff room.
Back to the
But in this direction.
Ooh.
Wow.
See a little pad level by 57 Petway right here. Hand placement inside. Hairline under the chin on the puller right here.
Counter.
Yeah.
You think they got the quarterback run taken care of? You see that? 3 guys over there on
I don't
Watson.
think the center was ready for that.
Oof. Better bring your A game.
He's buckling up.
3rd and 5.
5 islands, 5 islands.
Man coverage.
They come.
Nice.
That's
Oh, that's got to be a flag.
There it is.
Got to be a flag.
No doubt.
This is nice pressure here, huh? Bringing
Yeah.
these guys to one side.
Yep.
There's 16, that tight end, which we know is a lot of pass when he's in the game compared to 81. Little mismatch.
10 didn't have to do it either.
Jordan Leggett's a tough matchup for anybody. I mean, when you have a tight end with that size and speed and route running.
He's already sitting in great position. I mean, he's got 1.5 yards inside leverage on him, and he still lets him beat him inside.
You know, they anticipated some type of man, because you can see the mesh concept here. What did you call it? You called it a rub, or what was
I call it an illegal
was you
pick.
rubbing
The illegal pick.
It's an illegal pick on this side of the table.
No, not at all. That's totally legal.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Down.
I tell you what, you can tell every snap so far I've been able to call run or pass based on the backfield set.
What do you mean by
tailback
that,
is
Pat?
see how close he is to the quarterback there as far as being not so deep. When he gets real deep, it's been a run every time, and every time he's been there, he's either motioned out of the backfield and thrown the ball, or it's been pass.
It's good
So if you keep
protection
an eye,
right there.
keep an eye on the tailback.
I'd keep an eye on the 4-man fronts Alabama has based on the position of the back. Because if he's deeper,
How deep the back is right now.
put him in more of a 3 technique, and then they slant it down inside here. But they want to take the B gap away, squeeze the A gap with a 3 technique to the back.
They're not reading this guy, right?
Looks like they're.
They are reading.
Yeah, that's.
In the 5. It's a slice play with the.
They are taking quarterback run away.
Yeah, they're reading the 5, but they had an extra guy outside,
Yeah.
so he knew he couldn't pull it no matter what.
I mean, they're committed to stopping Deshaun Watson on his zone read so far from their game plan.
Look at
where
that tailback.
Clemson
He
wants
definitely
to
got passed again by the tailback's alignment.
Third man,
3 by 1.
staying on
Or
schedule.
not pass.
Sprint out, pulled him up.
Move the pocket.
Relative contain.
Yeah.
First down.
Down.
First
That's what he
down.
does.
That's what he can do.
Yep.
He'll break your back that way.
Right end has got to stay
That's
up.
2 third-down conversions with his feet when
Yes.
stuff's not open, but he's able to, get away from the. This looks like 5-man pressure here by
Stay to the
Alabama.
upfield shoulder of the quarterback on the backside right here. Stay to his right shoulder. We call it relative contain off the backside. I can imagine what the headsets are sounding like right now.
Clemson's they're averaging 47% conversion rate. I mean, which is are they taking a shot? Touchdown.
What an answer, huh?
Yeah.
We got a tie ball game, boys.
Renfro, you talked about him earlier, Coach Fedora.
Yeah, so, when they're on the fringe here of the red zone, and that's when they like to take a shot. And this kid's had a heck of a freshman year for him.
It's a little wheel route for me.
Almost a pick wheel, but he didn't kind of pick him very good.
Ball.
Create some separation right here by the kid. It was a nice play. He stacks him well.
Great throw by the quarterback.
This is where some of these disguises back here get the safety in trouble and don't give him time to get back and help here.
Tell you what, the
It looks
tempo,
like they're
the
rolling the
tempo
middle
helps.
close.
They're in middle
right
field.
here.
Yeah.
Starts with the protection. Great protection. Give Deshaun time, and he's able to throw a great ball.
So far I think it's been one true drop back, and everything else has been a little change the launch point, which is going to, adjust for those D lines pass rush lanes. And
The launch point meaning?
you know, where you're trying to get the ball from. You know, one of the things we always talk about is, I always get a kick out of this. You see those football fields that have those rush lanes on them, you know? So these guys are just like, you know, just like doing this,
Don't do
right?
that anymore.
Well, it's all about, you know, moving the launch point, so it forces the defense.
All right, Coach Taggart, you noticed something about the tempo, huh?
Absolutely. You know, after Watson ran and got the first down with his feet, you know, the first thing they did was rush the line of scrimmage and ran a play, and they ran a play where they got Watson from sitting in the pocket.
We got two guys back here right there having a conversation, and their eyes are to the sidelines, and their eyes aren't on the formation, and they're still looking around, and they're not ready to go.
Exactly.
See? 19, Raglan.
Exactly.
You know, hard time for those guys with that tempo to try to recognize the formation and what are they going to do out of this formation. You know,
A lot of checks at the line of scrimmage. You got to
another
do
big kick
make
return.
calls.
Boy, boy.
2 big plays in special teams.
This guy's an explosive player. Drake is a guy you got to always worry about.
Tell you, look how Clemson in their coverage team there's got everybody from one hash to the sideline there. There's a lot of field. You know, really Alabama's looking like they're pushing it vertical and then bouncing it to the field here.
Nice job.
Actually came back with a counter. Watch the trap right there. It looks like on number 4. That was a great job by that end. You'll see it up there about the 20-yard line. They do a great job of sealing and giving them a chance.
Kicker makes the play.
That's a great play by the kicker.
It's not good to go to the sideline when the kicker makes the play, guys.
That's a great play by the kicker, though.
It is a great play. Use the sideline.
And that was a good kick, too, right? You always want to have it in the corner of the
Yes.
field, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you also, as a coverage team,
Depending on where you want to defend it. If you want to kick it in there, you got to get them over there.
there we go to that downhill run, right?
Downhill, inside zone, split zone.
Jim, how long do you think it took Nick to say, okay, let's get the big fella back at about 7 yards? And
No, I don't think it was him. I think they probably had that in their notebooks already.
You look at that first series, they were outside, wanted to see, didn't want to go inside until they knew what they were going to get. They've obviously adjusted, and the last 3 runs they've had have been downhill and wins for the offense here. That one wasn't.
Oh, how about this nose guard? 3 techniques. All right here.
Nice job.
Got good movement on the front side. He brings it back.
They got
Too many guys.
a lot of
Can't
guys.
block them off.
At number 40,
block 'em
even
off.
if that 3 technique doesn't make the play, 44 sitting right there to clean it up if he can tackle Henry.
21 personnel. They got everybody up in the box. All right, 3rd and 3.
See what we got here.
give it to him.
Spot.
Got it.
Miscommunication in coverage.
Make the tackle in space.
That's tight end can really run, too. Man,
He's a great athlete.
he's an unbelievable athlete.
O.J. Howard?
Yeah, O.J. He's a guy that we...
You got a coverage bust here. You motion to a bunch look. They don't come with the motion. You got a guy uncovered, so it's a busted. Again, another bust for a big play.
It's a man beater as well.
It's going tempo. Uh-oh.
Why didn't he throw that, guys? Why didn't he throw this ball down here?
Saw something he
Turn
didn't
the
like.
wrong way?
Saw that
Like it
corner.
was a run play.
I don't think
That was an
13 is
RPO.
looking for the ball,
He's looking for it there.
Yeah.
but he's turning the wrong way.
I don't know if he felt like this corner was going to jump it or not.
I don't know if the anticipation that he was going to run a bubble path, you know, or a hitch path, you know, I think is kind of what it looks like to me. Wasn't quite sure where he was going to...
Even
That's not normal, though, right?
No.
No, it's
Some people do it that way now. I mean,
Do
some
they?
people are doing it that instead of bubbling, they're just running straight to the flat.
But are they turning their back?
this looks like chaos out here, guys. They're calling a timeout. Look at the 2 receivers out here almost fighting with each other, clubbing each other like, you're inside, I'm inside. Look at these 2. Sometimes that tempo can get to you if you're not a tempo offense. And,
Yeah.
I
agree.
Coach said
I
he's
don't
not a
remember
tempo
those
guy.
fights going on when Jim McElwain was the offensive coordinator down there.
More than one.
That's a good timeout there. I mean, you have one bust on a play, you know, and then
Take a
you have
negative play.
Miss a line, right? Get a timeout.
I think the key here, what are they coming back? 2nd and 16?
Yeah.
You know, I think the thing now they're telling Coker is here, look, you don't need to get it all. Let's just go
Relax.
get ourselves back a little bit here and give ourselves a chance. Because you know what, they're not far from field goal range, and the key here is after that big return, let's come away with some points now, and let's not hurt ourselves.
4 downs could be in play here, right? Depending on what you get on 2nd and make it 3rd and short.
You know, I'm not sure at this point of the game, because I think the important thing is to get points.
Chance.
Didn't give him a chance.
Give him a chance. That's the cardinal sin of a quarterback to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, but the receiver didn't give himself much of a chance either. Did he stay on the red line, outside the red line?
I think a wise man once said there's never been a ball completed out of bounds, right, Leonard?
What's
like
the
that?
what is the definition of the red line?
I'm going to ask these offensive guys. I think it's 5-6 yards from on the sideline, but you really want to give yourself a chance as a receiver to give that quarterback a chance. That's where you want the ball thrown, but he didn't give any.
I always thought it was to give our grounds crew something extra to do, paint that son of a gun on the field, right?
Yeah, playing for a field goal here.
You're going into 3rd and long now, right? Oh, that was 3rd and long, isn't it? 4th now, so they got field goal range now.
As good as Calvin Ridley has been, as fast as he is, there's still some things, details of the game, right, that he needs to learn.
I think, you know what, give that corner credit for squeezing him into the sideline and not allowing him. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
That's what they count on, those corners, to play man-to-man or at least tight bump coverage.
Missed it. Wow. What did you talk about field goal percentage earlier with the kickers? I thought you had some stuff, Larry.
Did I think
22 of 26, Coach.
22.
Wow, that wasn't close.
Right there, I think if you run that play, you're going to run the ball to kick a field goal, you'll probably try to get to the middle of the field.
That's what
make it a little easier for them.
These guys sat in a hotel all day today watching the Minnesota Vikings kick the ball, and then all of a sudden this kicker said, oh my gosh, just a chip shot. Think about the nerves. I mean, their nerves are still involved in this game, guys. You got busts, you got a kick that the guy usually makes the big game.
They're 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids. That's a big series for Clemson.
I tell you, for either team, you can't play behind the sticks.
Well, that's killer, isn't it, as a defensive guy? It's just
cover a man down the field, and you lose the guy and containing the legs in your pass rush.
Rush lanes, man. Whew. Yeah.
But you know what? 5 to block 4, and that guy's got,
It's too big, isn't it?
Tell you what.
Well, I think Deshaun Watson's good enough where he sees man and they're run off, he's gone.
No doubt.
So these are things I think going to give Clemson an advantage with all the misdirection and making Alabama have to adjust to them.
No doubt about it.
What do you mean, Willie?
Well, when you had the guy in the fly sweep motion to the left, but then you run the ball back to the right, getting it running over. You saw the safety run down. Exactly. The safety came down to the jet sweep, and they ran the other way.
Got a deep tailback. It looks like run here.
Late substitution there, but
they're waiting on him.
Since Clemson substituted, right?
They got the arms out there. They sub.
Well, when you got your 2 defensive tackles about 320 apiece, the big boys will get tired.
Got a little check going on here with the quarterback.
Pressure's
Close in the middle of the field. RPO.
So this is
Made a play.
That's tough.
So as a wide receiver, if the route breaks down, I want you guys to see the receiver adjust his route off of this, working with the quarterback. Explain the concept and rules behind that.
He's running a quick, glance here, probably about a 5-step glance, and he sees the quarterback start moving, and he breaks to the sideline to give him a chance for a throw.
Wow, simple.
Boy, this guy is on fire.
Yeah.
Really looks good, doesn't he?
I mean, to pull back, how hard is it to pull back that glance when that defensive back underneath it and then to make that throw? That was big time.
It's a heck of a play by Sean.
And right now, the tight end is winning the matchup for Clemson between the safety and the linebacker.
Tight window.
But you go back, you look at what the tempo does. Look at the pass rush.
Tired.
Quarterback run.
Counter.
Back run. Yep.
Any of you expect this, that Alabama's front 7 would come out and allow this to happen?
Well, again, what I said at the beginning was going to depend on how Clemson was trying to negate that defensive front by getting the ball on the perimeter, by using tempo, and that's what they're doing.
Been no pressure on the quarterback.
Going empty again.
Quarterback draw, you think?
The quarterback draw a stick.
There it is.
They get it down.
There's that stick again, huh?
Hey, I have one question for you guys. Now, you know, offensive linemen don't have to chase the ball. And if you want a competitive defense, right, that's why tempo hurts defenses. You're asking 11 guys to run into the football, and that's where they can get you. Is that correct? Is that the mindset?
No question, if you can't sub, it's going to affect your pass rush. But this ball's out quicker than the pass rush is going to get there.
Then you got to get your hands up, correct?
All right, they go to a condensed set here.
Win the 50-50 balls down the field.
Gonna be some crossing routes. No.
Somebody through the middle of the field.
Got him.
Touchdown.
That's 13.
So you look at it right there, they
little
probably,
corner post.
yeah, they.
Little corner post.
I'm going to say they may have even.
Watch him up top. Watch him get leverage
Even
on the
check
safety up
this.
top. Watch him.
Player of the game so far, huh?
Great move right there.
Look at that.
3-on-2. They got what they want.
Great route.
Great throw again. Threw it right where he had to throw it.
You got to understand the safety's going to take the 7 cut.
Yeah.
And you say that, and you work on it 1,000 times defensively, and I know
They
they've
bite
worked
every
on it
time.
1,000 times.
And they bite every time.
That's just tough.
It's all about knowing where your help is, correct?
Yeah. And then you got the Mike linebacker, number 10, sitting down low, worried about either the tailback, and then you've got no help deep in the middle there.
But doesn't this all come back to this right here? Be able to stand in there and step into that?
Good job, good protection.
That, and you talk about that linebacker, he can't get too deep, then he work the quarterback take off and run.
That's right. He's spying the quarterback, or at least got the check down.
I really think the tempo is really helping Clemson right now. You know,
But, you know, that safety really played the 7 route. I mean, you made it easy for them pre-snap if he knew. I mean, that guy was playing way outside, and he broke post.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
you'd like to disguise that a little bit more, not let them know exactly where they're
Sure,
going.
when they line down and the receiver and the quarterback see the safety's got outside leverage, he knew he had a chance to win.
No question about
But
it. That was too easy.
He was pulled but by the break of the first route.
Touchdown?
Right.
So they were going to double the high route. The guys got to stay inside.
Here's my question.
yes.
That's a great point, Willie. And it's interesting. You have 2 of the most experienced defensive coaches in Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, and a first-year play caller in Tony Elliott, Jeff Scott for Clemson. The job that they've done in this first quarter has been pretty impressive.
Well, you can't simulate the tempo and the things at practice.
No way.
So it's not that it hadn't been talked about. It's not that it hadn't been repped. All of a sudden you get on the field, and unfortunately, for some reason, the young lads don't always move as fast as they should.
Well, you definitely can't, you know, the X factor, that quarterback,
Yes.
you know,
He's made some plays.
Yeah. And that's the X factor.
The guy's a great player. He really is. And he's very poised for a sophomore.
I think what you're going to start seeing, too, is backers come up for Deshaun Watson, and they're going to get some plays downfield because they want to stop it. He's got a couple first down with his feet now, and they're going to come up and try to get him, and then that's when you get guys open. That's why it's going to be very important for Clemson receivers to do a great job with the scramble rules.
Well, all of you guys have recognized the fact that Alabama is not disciplined in their pass rush lanes. And they're getting 2 to the side. You lost contain on 1. You got 1 guy outside. You got 2 guys outside. You have to stay disciplined in your pass rush lanes, and that's not the case.
It's an interesting formation with the tailback. The Heisman Trophy candidate lined up 2 yards in front of the quarterback. He ain't getting the ball.
Oh, it's
Nice.
design there,
Good
huh?
design, right?
Little scissors concept. They're trying to get up on that safety. You see right there. That's what it is. You got basically high-low scissors with Henry, like you said, right up there. He's actually going to build the underneath flat part of that as they flood that third.
Formation in the boundary.
Zone over here.
Be quick. Yep. Great penetration.
Let's take a look. Get off. And again, this is the slant by the defensive lineman inside. And this time they get the linebacker scraping to the proper hole.
On that P&10, when their first touchdown drive, that was the exact same run. They went back, formation in the boundary, ran it again, but didn't gain anything.
Second and long.
I tell you what, they had a nice drive the last time, and then they got in second and long, and things got bad for them.
Are you surprised Alabama's throwing as much as they are?
Yeah, I mean, again, you see Henry's lined up 2 yards in front of the quarterback here again. There's no threat of a run right there unless it's going to be a quarterback ISO.
He's a glorified offensive guard right now.
He's too fitty.
Heisman Trophy guard.
Great job.
First sack of the game.
Great pressure.
Speed.
Right guard.
A little bit. This goes back to winning on first down.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and Clemson won on first down.
Yes.
Put them into something they don't like in second and long. And now created 3rd and long.
Get them behind the chain.
There you go.
That's twice.
Getting off schedule.
The last 2 drives, they got off schedule. I think the last drive, they were 2nd and 14.
That's right.
And then,
Try this scissors route again, guys.
How about the coverage, guys, right? Nowhere to go.
Very good coverage.
Get down to the back.
3rd and extra long.
Screens.
Eating him up here.
No. They brought the corner.
Same
Check
thing
it.
there.
Check it down.
Same first, 3rd
Clear
down.
crosser, yep.
Clear across.
Pretty good movement by Mackenzie Alexander. Remember, he came in questionable with a hamstring. I'll tell you, he had a nice break on that football.
Well, you talked about it, Mac, was that first down. I mean, they get a first down, a nice completion, and then they get backed up negative play, and they can't get out of it.
No, and that, that's one of the things, even as a play caller, you hate to get into that situation. And, so far, both times in 2nd long, they've actually tried to throw the ball downfield instead of maybe try to chip away at it a little bit and get 3rd and manageable.
At what point as a head coach do you say, hey, let's start getting our Heisman Trophy running back involved in the football game?
I don't think Nick's doing that. I mean,
Exactly what Clemson wants.
Yes.
Right.
Say that again. What do you do to adjust to the tempo of Clemson's offense if you're Alabama's defense? You're Kirby Smart.
I think you got to simplify what you're doing defensively. You're watching a lot of communication, hand signals with DBs. You'll see on defense, a tight end goes from one side to the other in motion, and the linebackers flip sides. They're turning around, looking to safeties, making signals, trying to make sure that they're on the same page with each other, and that's hurting them right
But
now.
that's this defense, right? It's a very complex, and it's a checking style of defense, correct?
It is, but with the fast tempo offenses, you got to be careful.
Stick, quarterback draw here.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, he brought him back.
Quarterback power.
Oh, yep.
Power read.
By power, we're getting a pooling, just so the folks know, we're getting a pooling guard. That's what you mean by the power.
Yes.
And they're reading the end.
Yes.
So the end widened, so the quarterback's keeping the ball.
Again, that's another way you beat a dominant defensive line is read one of the guys, make him make a decision. He can't be right.
Expect a little power read pass off that pretty soon. They're going to run it another time and then run the pass off it. Sprint out.
There, sprint out. Hit the
Oh,
wheel.
Get it over.
Uh-oh.
There's moving the pocket.
Got him there, huh?
It's interesting. Right here, Alabama's really us. They end up getting a pick.
Pick.
Yep.
So they're trying to pass off the bunch route here, and they end up over the top with Eddie going over the top and making a play on the wheel.
And this is backed up. This is a huge play.
It's a nice job by number 4 right here, isn't it?
So you're saying, how does this play out up here?
Well, depending on how they're going to adjust, they're in man-to-man.
Okay.
But right here, 24 and 4 both take the wheel. The snag's wide open.
Yeah.
So that's a
So
bust.
it's-
Okay, luck in.
Yeah.
Bama
Spot route's wide
walks into
open.
a play right
That's
here.
that's a snag or the spot route. 16's wide open.
A lot of people call that great coaching.
You watch Deshaun.
Might take a shot right here.
Deshaun's eyes are on the guy that has the flat route, the wheel route.
First.
That's perfect cut. Ooh. Is that targeted? Is that a
Nice.
defensive play right there?
Well, it depends if it's an offensive player hitting the defensive one. I don't know.
Look at the offensive tackle coming out and getting block in space.
Isn't that amazing?
But it's below the shoulders.
Yeah, 15 had springs on his shoulder pads. He didn't stay on that ground long now.
Little tempo here. Tailback deep again.
I'm going to hand it off
In
here.
there tight.
There we go.
Counter.
There we go.
There we go.
Face mask.
Yes.
Countering the split inside.
Yeah.
He didn't let the face.
Anytime they get this look, right, where they've got one technique outside and this guy's on that
Don't have
side.
enough guys over.
Brian, look at the tight end. You know where he's going.
You think 88's looking
Look at the tight
inside?
ends. Exactly. You think he's not looking over there?
Got the blinker on, we say.
So that's something that I think defenders can go back and say to your guys, look, 88's telling
I'm
you where
sure
the
they've
ball's
looked
gonna
at that
go.
on tape.
The tempo takes that away. Those guys don't have time to see
Yeah.
where that guy's
Tempo
looking.
takes away a lot of tendencies. 'Cause
Right.
You don't have enough time to see.
I would say this, though. I agree with you, but if you're in man coverage, so your eyes are on your man and his eyes are looking, then you give a bird-rabbit call, right? Bird, pass, rabbit meaning run.
That's right.
I like that.
You can use it, Coach.
All right, thanks. Bird or rabbit?
We like the bus and plane.
All right.
We got rid of the animals.
We're both from Northeast Ohio, so we can figure it out.
Right. Unbalanced.
In Montana, they call it runner pass.
Play a game. Play a game.
Well, I know you offensive guys need a little help, so we try to discourage it.
We do
disguise it from you.
We do
Call
need
timeout.
Play a game, can't get lined up.
They call a timeout.
Did they call timeout?
I thought it was called run pass.
Yes.
Timeout, Alabama, their second.
You guys surprised by the inability of Alabama's offense to communicate, get lined up?
Yeah.
And you look,
That's the second timeout. They got 11 minutes to go here.
just got.
Looks like
Welcome back to the MegaCast film room. Nice answer by Alabama to get the ball in scoring position, and it was started off by Derrick Henry lining up at 7 yards and running the ball downhill and inside.
what
I
you
can't
were
help it. I
looking
can't.
You're looking for that.
Well, I have a Heisman Trophy candidate with a beast offensive line. Let's try it at least and stick with it a little bit.
It's one of those deals where I think that as the game settles in a little bit,
Yeah.
part of what you're trying to do too is look, you're trying to give them some different things to think about, and then you go hit them in the mouth. You know, I mean, there's a little bit of that there going too.
Now he's in position here for you. Formation, the boundary. They go flipping back. May run the same counter.
Power. He went back the other way.
Actually, took it backside, didn't
Yeah.
he? Interesting.
You think he should have kept it front
Well, I
side?
don't. It's tough to see what he saw. You know, normally you tell him that this is a.
Watch the backers.
gap.
Backers came up.
Backers
Yeah.
up.
You follow it right here. They're just running that slice right there. I can see what he sees.
Boy, if they get that receiver cracking on that safety, he's dancing in the end zone, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. He's not expecting.
Backers are key in the wing, and backers are key in the wing there.
Formation in the boundary again.
Punch into, huh? Play action.
Got him. He missed him. Oh, he missed 88.
2nd and 7.
Ow.
Man.
Spider too wide banana.
Are we not, Coach Willie, are we not reading deep to short here, or what do you teach a guy right here?
The number one ought to be seeing the nub side tight end. He loses his eyes on the play action, obviously, but if he just sees the hi-hat from the tight end, he's got 88 on. Again, it's been practiced 100 times.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they lose their eyes at times.
It's a little easier to see than it is to throw. That doesn't look that open to a quarterback. See what I mean?
Yeah, the crossing route's
Right.
wide
You got the
open.
guy, you got to make that throw.
Oh,
You like that guy to sit down there.
Motion empty.
screen. Love it.
Got him.
Touchdown.
Oh,
First down.
On now.
Nice play.
It's going to be a big call right here.
it's good hustle right here by defensive lineman.
You got first down.
Again, they're running that slant, and Big D lineman running down.
Yeah, it's first down.
Number 70, you see him miss that box right there?
Tempo.
Knocked his own
Tempo.
receiver out.
That's the play right there that they've been hitting on.
Why do they got the little back in it? Why is the
Two in
250
there.
in? Why isn't Henry in there?
There we go. Get some push up.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shaq Lawson's niche looking pretty good. Well, it's easy when you got a wide receiver trying to block an All-American defensive end.
There's the interesting thing, though. They built silver personnel out of blue by bringing 16 to put
So that's
double surfaces right there.
One back, two tight ends out of one back or
Yeah.
one tight end.
That's
Bring
exactly
receiver
right.
in as a tight end, correct?
That's kind of like that bird and rabbit.
First down.
There you go, right there.
That was a bird, a rabbit acting like a bird flying through the air to the end zone, Coach.
Blue and silver.
See, they gave Henry a little break, let him get his breath, and then he went up and over.
Well, look, they brought in the two big defensive linemen as fullbacks. Nice push and surge, right, by the offensive
Watch
line?
the movement on the backside.
Yeah.
That's a
They
lot
got to
of beef.
squeeze
Not
that.
lined up either, guys.
Nobody squeezed
squeeze
the
down.
gap.
3 guys over here, right?
Not lined up.
That's a surge.
But that's tempo.
Good answer by Bama.
Tell you
Nice.
what, that interception gave Bama the momentum back. And that is so huge in football when you get that momentum back. I thought once they had that timeout there, they called that was going to slow them down a little bit because they had it all going for them. But that was a great job.
So looking ahead, we talk about, okay, Alabama's had problems with the Clemson tempo. What do we do to adjust?
Probably simplify some calls. Make sure you get the calls in quicker. Let the kids compute the calls a little bit better. Not check when Clemson's check. Stay.
Will and Pat, I have a question for you. To adjust to the tempo, can they go like a certain defense, zone and man and blitz concept according to formation? So that way there's no question, like zone the formation, man the formation, dog the formation, blitz the formation. Is that something you can do to go against tempo?
I don't think so. I think that makes it even harder. Now your defense is predicated based on a formation. I don't think 11 guys can put that all together real quick.
They're going to call it and haul it, meaning they're going to run what they run. If Clemson checks, they can check. So right now, really, you got to look at it. Clemson won a 50-50 ball down the field, and Deshaun Watson's made 2 outstanding plays with his legs. So it hasn't really been as much the Alabama defense. There has been some issues as far as communication, but right now they're not going to panic. They're going to continue to play and do what they do.
The reason they go with that fast tempo offense, as these guys can tell you, is so you can't do all that stuff. So you can't. They want you vanilla. Counter. Quarterback counter.
Got it. Got it.
It's a great run.
Good, a little misdirection.
Yep. The right guard, right tackle. It's been their best run so far, hasn't it?
Tell you what, if you got that tackle up on that safety.
See the tailbacks. I mean, that wasn't an RPO. That was a
Sprint out again.
Get down. Is he looking for a throwback here?
They'll have something off of it, off 16 leaking back through. But
If it gets it back in a manageable situation on the chains.
that's what Jim said earlier. They're changing the launch point for the quarterback right here.
Yeah, they aren't going to let him sit back there and be target practice. There's no doubt.
pass by the tailback.
3rd down and 4. I mean, this is a third you want to be in.
Bring in 5.
Oh, great catch.
Short of the first.
Short.
Yeah.
You got to run your route a little bit deeper, huh?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, that's a good answer by 29 Fitzpatrick, who's been beat twice, and to line up and have the confidence and short memory to play tight man-to-man.
Much better job by Alabama filling the rush lanes right here. If you see him just collapse the pocket, they run a little stun inside to not let him have escape lanes north and south.
Tell you what else also good, too, is when Clemson can't complete a pass or they don't get anything there on 2nd down. They can't get their tempo going. Now it plays a favor for Alabama.
There's no escape here.
That's what you're talking about here, huh, Will?
Just collapse in the pocket.
Had to bring 5 to do it.
Yep. And that's what I would see them doing more as the game goes.
Nice job by the punter.
Yeah. But you talk about bringing those 5, kind of like what I just said a minute ago. That tempo, they wasn't allowed to go tempo, so Alabama was allowed to get in their defensive front and run what they want to run.
You know, this is the first time now Alabama's had to go long field. You know, that first initial drive, Clemson, you know, had to try to go 90. Obviously gave it back, gave them field position. This is interesting because this is what we talk about sometimes, that hidden yardage, the things that, you know, the key is now you got to go get yourself 2, 3, 4 first downs. So now you got a chance to flip the field again.
And be smart with the football, right, in this situation?
Big time.
Well, you saw it cost Clemson points.
Yes.
You know.
Already.
You don't realize when he runs the ball in the core of the formation and falls forward, it's 4 yards. And that's what, as a play caller, you do. It's discouraging as a defense and as a play caller because you feel like you've been pretty good at the point of attack, and all you look up and it's 2nd and 6.
That guy down.
Yeah. Not Lawson, is
Who's
it?
that? No, skinny guy. Looks like a linebacker.
Alexander.
That's Mackenzie Alexander. He came off the edge, guys, on a blitz look and got caught up in the middle.
Was that him off the backside?
Yeah,
that
came
sure
off
was.
the edge. Here he comes.
Yep.
It's in the briar patch, Spiels.
What's the mindset with Mackenzie Alexander, the starting corner from Clemson, getting injured on that last play? How quickly do you test his substitute? Willie?
I put a double move on him, you know, but I'll do something here the next couple plays.
That's the sub right there, 21.
I think Clemson would probably help him out this first play, knowing the same thing, that offense.
Let's see.
He's pressed up.
It's like man free.
Yep, you got middle field coverage.
Yep. They're expecting him to run it. Oh. First down. Nice job.
Tell you what, Clemson got to find a way to try to get momentum back on their side because Alabama has it all right now.
Well, you're the coach. What do you do to get the momentum back? What do you call? What do you want to do?
I know defensively, if I'm a ask our defensive coordinator to bring some pressure.
We got two pretty good ones here that know the game.
Bring some pressure here and try to create something. Try to get them in, a long yard situation on second down.
So as a head coach, you ask your defensive coordinator?
Well, I tell them.
There you go.
I tell them. That was a nice way.
Again, I still think it's really important that, you know, you don't panic.
Yeah.
You keep playing. You keep, you know, they're not doing bad. I mean, they really aren't. You just got to keep playing.
Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd and short here, guys. An opportunity for Clemson maybe to get a stop.
I mean, that last one really wasn't pressure. I mean, he brought both guys off the edge. Guys tripped
Which
up.
was good.
Yeah.
Which was good. It was
For
good.
10 yards.
This one here, this pass play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guy got tripped up over
Yeah.
there. I mean, if he doesn't, I think he makes a play.
You know, when you're backed up like this, you know, the first thing that goes through your mind offensively, let's just go get a first down. You know, let's go ahead and create normal field position. This is going to be a huge play in this game right here.
Here's that wing set again, tight end wing here. Like YY, is that what Coach Saban called it, the YY?
Wing, no.
YY wing.
I'll expect inside zone or the YY wing. They're going to create some movement, get movement on the 3, and just try and dig everything.
Look at that little gap right there between the center and the guard,
Like
too.
Come with a little fly motion here with the ex-receiver up there to
Unbounce.
Still going to hand it to them. They're still going to hand
There's
it
the
right there.
inside zone. And there's first down.
He falls forward for a first down.
Just like Will said, I mean, this guy just keeps thumping you, and you know, obviously those 2-yarders turn into 3, those 3-yarders turn into 5. You know, it's just it's a cumulative effect of that guy just keep pounding on you.
Goodson, the linebacker's free, and he still can't get him on the ground.
Yeah, but he's getting him from the side, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and he only needed a yard.
Counter again. A lot of counter.
Well, they have that play defended. In the corner coming off the edge is shy on the tackle. He's shy.
Yeah.
He's got a shot to make the play, and he's got to put his head across the bow, and he does not. You know, he got picked off a little bit there, so I take that back.
Is that the backup corner 25?
No, yeah, he's the starter.
He's still got a tight end blocking.
Yeah, the tight end does a good job. I take it back a little bit.
Yeah, take it back.
I was wrong. Second time this year.
All right, now they go take a shot.
2-man.
Take a shot.
2-man. Nowhere to go, and he can't escape.
They picked up a couple first downs, decided to take a shot.
Look at all that green grass, right? I mean,
That's the difference between Watson and Coco right there, right?
Right.
Now, this is where Clemson won Alabama.
You know, it was
3rd and long
interesting
now.
because it looked like he couldn't find his check down. His check down right there was Henry, who was wide open. I mean, they went vertical on that thing. And interesting to me is if Henry got to the right spot or not. It looked like Coco was actually looking for him.
3rd and 10.
Should he move in that pocket?
Nope. They're getting pressure.
Lost contain.
It's over. Oh, nice job stepping out of it.
Oh,
Did he get it?
hard guy to tackle. You
Did
got
he
to
get
tackle him high.
No, he
He's
didn't
got to
do
get
it.
to
he got to
32.
get to the 32.
That's a nice job by Coker stepping out of that.
Some guys loafing over there, too. Come on now, finish.
What's that, Pat?
Some guys loafing on there thinking he was down, and they started to slow down defensively.
It's a good stop.
Good stop for Clemson. But just what we talked about with Alabama, they got a couple first downs, and now they're going to, flip the field. They
Dug
won't.
out of the hole 20 yards
Right.
Coming after this kick?
I think you're going to bring 6 and drop those 2 guys out of the A
Can't
gap.
make them think they're coming.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice punt.
Kick.
Nice punt.
We
Nice.
go had an opportunity to
Nice.
get a first down, get a couple
Flips.
yards, and now force them to go long the field. That's
It's a good
that's something
series.
that's big.
Yeah, good series.
Tell you what, that helped. You talk about momentum.
Yeah.
Stopping them down there helps get a little bit back on Clemson's side there.
Deshaun Watson gets further away from that interception, too. He gets another series under his belt, calms down a little bit. You know, they've got some more things they've talked about, dial up on the sideline, so let's him calm down a little bit.
Got a little triple option here, huh?
Is that 2 backs? No, it's the back and the receiver. Zone. Good run.
Tell you, the one guy you hadn't seen Clemson get going is Goldman, the running back.
Yeah, they're not even trying to get him the ball.
Yeah, that's actually Zach Brooks, the backup 24 on that run.
Stick, quarterback draw is what they've been doing out of this formation.
Try to double move it.
Try to double move the tight end. In the
You saw that.
Look at
Huh?
that quarterback. Watch that quarterback.
That's a nice.
What a play.
By 10. That's
What a play. What a play by 4. I mean, they got him.
They have the double move on the tight end right there.
I've seen the split safety, so they took a shot at the mic. Reggie does a nice job of staying in coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to take care of that football. Swinging that ball around.
It's nice to have that, isn't it?
That's kind of how you used to move out of the pocket,
That's
right?
exactly what I look
Is that
like.
what it was?
Stick.
Now they changed
Good
it.
job getting the hand off.
Alabama goes to a different looking empty. They give him a split safety. Kirby goes to middle field. This is a nice change up.
He's got the stick. Just gets batted down.
It's a good job of the defensive lineman not getting cut, recognizing the 3-step drop, and getting his hands up, coming off his pass rush.
Been a lot of empty tonight.
No linebackers.
Here it comes. 5-man pressure.
Little screen.
Got it.
Yep.
Caught him under pressure.
First down. That's a big first down right there.
Now, let me ask you as an offensive coach that you knew in the last third down they had 5-man pressure. So you anticipate that, then call that particular play, which was effective against that?
Yeah, and you're going to, on your third down call sheet, you're going to have that. What is that screen? And in this case, they got the empty.
Taking a shot.
Big sky screen right there.
Oh,
Well, this guy's. Guy right now is
You can't coach that.
That's it.
Right. You got a
That's
guy like
exactly
that.
right.
We got a flag down here late. Well, this is the perfect example of these guys downfield. They don't think this ball is going to be that late coming out, right? And it's a throw, and they got an offensive lineman downfield.
Yeah. I mean, you can't fault the offensive lineman for
Yeah.
that. And
No,
you
that's
can't
not
fault
his
Deshaun for that. He's just trying to make a
You know,
play.
Jordan, receiver downfield, number 73 of the offense. 5-yard penalty.
It's wonderful.
Coach that, though, Coach? I mean, if you have a scrambling, athletic quarterback, do you tell your offense, look, don't go downfield?
Man, I don't know. I mean, those guys are just trying to block guys, get a hat on people. I don't know if you can tell them that.
You want them to be aggressive and finish
Right.
blocks, and that's tough.
I mean, they played, a lot of games with that quarterback, so they know. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Wrong there.
Little shake tackle.
And this one
Shake
earlier.
tackle.
Yeah.
Well, they're in a cover one's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
call it. They're in a 2-on-1 funnel on the back, so they're trying to get them in a zone look and draw the eyes going the other way and hopefully get the edge here. And really nice play by 10.
Yeah, nice job by
Really a nice track tackle, too. Goes inside out, doesn't stop his feet.
Well, the other thing is now they got him out of their tempo offense.
Second and 20.
There's a draw, trying to get back on
tell you.
schedule.
Both teams, when they
Third
get
and
behind
long.
the sticks,
Yep.
they struggle.
What do you guys got? A good 3rd and 20 call here? What do you guys got?
Just understand that you don't have to get the first down here. Don't do something stupid, and just it's okay to punt it.
Exactly. Go back.
It'll be interesting to see if they use a little bit of this and try to squeeze some down. You got 20 seconds left. It's 2:10.
You got a chance with this quarterback to pick up first down.
And Alabama's had to burn 2 timeouts already, so
That's
they got
right.
one left.
Watch him take off.
Watch out.
Oh, from behind. Now they're going to use one.
Yeah. Nickel burn it, and
Yeah.
they're not. He's going to keep it going. He's going to save it
not.
on offense.
Okay.
He's trying to call it, but look how much time is wasted.
Okay.
See, he's trying.
Up there, yeah, he's
I
up
would have
there.
thought that he would have
I would
probably
Look at him.
been.
He's back over here.
There he is.
He's lost.
And we can't hear you 20 yards away, though.
You got to go there.
Well, that's why you got to get That's why you got to get a workout in at noon.
Yeah.
Not happy.
Sprint down there and get it done.
He needs to get his
lost
Kent
9
State
seconds.
sprinting on. He can show that golden flash.
If he had cleats on,
Yeah.
he could have got down there.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn wears cleats.
Ooh, boy. You don't want your quarterback taking that hit from behind, do you?
No, they were
Not
fortunate.
that guy.
I'll tell you, when they get those rushers in the game, it's hard. I mean, when they get 32 and 56 in there and they get those big guys inside, it's a...
3rd and 20.
Yeah.
I mean,
What they do? They went back and put about 6 seconds on the clock. Is that about what it was?
yeah, it was.
That's nice.
How aggressive are you here with Jake Coker in this situation?
I think it's going to be. I think it's really going to be dependent on where they end
Field
up getting this
position.
ball.
Field position.
And,
Field position, but
you know, whether it's the 30 or 35-yard line, you're going to go ahead and probably be a little more aggressive. I think that's probably their Mayday alert spot moving into it.
A minute 52 on the clock, still a lot of time. Great punt.
Kept it away from him.
Yeah, great punt. So they essentially, you know, really, I mean, you want to try. They're going to try to down, you know, maybe get down into field goal range. You know, here.
Philosophically, right here, they'll probably go quick game or run the ball. You know, Jim, that's Nick's philosophy. It's what he believes until you get to that 35, 40-yard line.
A lot of it depends on what you do on first down. Also, if you have a positive play, then
Get the drive
get it
going.
going. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely don't want to turn it over.
No.
Now, you take a look here. I mean, it'd be interesting if they sit back in cover 2 or quarters, you know, give you a box count and, you know, maybe run a little outside moon play or something like that into the boundary and just kind of work it that way.
Don't run it.
They got a too high look, Coach Mack.
They're going to run it. Nope.
Play action.
oh boy, he wanted the wheel route.
That's what
Tell you what.
You know, who was that?
tell you what, Coker
that was
did-
17 at fullback.
Coker did a good job taking care of the ball because he almost got it
He hit his
tomahawked
numbers
out.
Sneak him in
coming
there.
out. He hit his numbers coming out of the huddle.
He almost got that ball tomahawked out. I mean,
He's had a couple nice plays. That's Dodd, number
at that.
98.
Now, how many timeouts does Clemson have now? Because Clemson's thinking they're going to run it. They got 3 now.
Burn a timeout if they get.
Oh yeah, he's going to get. Now you got a chance to get field position here, and Alabama's not going to drop back and throw it here.
Why isn't Clemson taking a timeout right here?
I think they want to play the third down, and they still got 2 timeouts left.
Yeah.
As long as they force a punt, they're going to get the ball at midfield.
they're going, if they can get him on the ground here, they'll
They'll take a
timeout.
timeout here.
Right now, right?
Right. Now.
How many seconds is he going to get?
And then they have a timeout left on offense.
Yeah.
Give them a chance.
We see week in and week out the momentum that happens right before halftime. How important do you guys see that?
Oh, I think it's critical. I mean, obviously, if you can get points right before halftime, going into halftime, and you know, your kids, it just gives them a boost going into the halftime.
You know, it's about trying to steal some points going there, and you know what? That's really what it's all about at this point. They're both just trying to steal some points, get a little bit before half, not hurt themselves. All right, and
Tigers are getting the ball to start the second half too.
and that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the use and management of timeouts, especially at the end of the first half, is the fan at home doesn't understand how much that it really impacts the outcome of these games.
Well, I know every fan wants you to just throw the ball right before half, you know. I mean, but there's a lot riding on it.
They'll drop down inside.
Screen.
Wow.
Little screen
something
again.
easy.
Oh, look out.
Ain't good.
Uh-oh, if he gets out.
Too much speed for the Orange. And he went out of bounds.
And he goes out of bounds.
Wow.
Boy, we got somebody.
Somebody got cleaned up there. Oh,
In the
right
back,
here with
too.
the tight end right
In
here.
the back, the
on
head gets
Bullware.
clipped.
Watch the tight end on Bullware. Not really. Just falls on him.
No, yeah, I think he did a good job of avoiding the contact.
That one right there.
The one Ridley right there, 13. See that hit? That's a defenseless player again. I mean,
You got to get some clear definitions here.
I mean, what?
That's in the chest though, right there.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's
It's a
a,
defensive player.
hit him
It's
with
a
his shoulder.
defensive player.
he doesn't target him with the crown of the helmet.
Nice job with his shoulder.
Neck area.
And anytime I see a receiver take out a D lineman,
I'll tell you what, this is big with him going out of bounds.
Him going out of bounds?
That is.
Oh, that's saving
huge
timeout.
That's, I'm telling you.
Saving timeout.
and that's the freshman wide receiver
You know,
not understanding the concept of saving
And
time
even if he just
or wasting
goes, if
time.
he goes down there, he forces them to use a timeout.
J.K. Scott needs to hit one for him right here.
Okay, well, we're going to get the ball across the 50 here.
Yep. Oh, they went after it. Ooh. Well, that's interesting.
Because they're averaging 3 yards a return.
Fair catch. How about that fair catch?
Well, they went after the kick, so they probably told the kid go ahead
Yeah, I
and
think
catch
so.
it.
Yeah.
you know, 35-yard line. What do you got? 37 seconds. Couple timeouts.
What's the field goal range for the Clemson's guy?
I don't know what the range is, but the kid's been pretty good this year.
25 or 29 on
25 to 29, he's like 86%.
They're going out right now, Alabama. Kirby and Nick are telling me you're defending what yard line.
That's right. Where's the kick line? Yeah.
They know that going into the game. They're reminding them right now. This is where you got to defend.
And Clemson's
field's
saying
still
right
open,
now,
right,
yeah,
Jim?
and Clemson's saying right now, hey, look, let's just go ahead and take what they're giving us. Let's not force anything. There's your pass rush lanes again.
Nice.
Big
Wow, nice play. Wow.
Every play they've made is off the guy's legs.
Yeah.
So far, you really look at
That rush lane again, huh, Coach?
He's extended the
That's
play.
it.
Well, you're rushing 4. Kirby's trying to mix the rush lanes up by rushing 4 with the twist game, and they get bounced out of the gaps.
Quarterback breaks the pocket, and the 3-drop player has to come out of coverage
Got to
and
use
opens up the hole.
timeout. Got to use timeout.
Say that again, Pat.
If you go back, the middle linebacker, who is really your hook player, has to come out of coverage because the quarterback breaks contain. They throw it right behind him.
And that's a good job then by the quarterback, keeping his eyes downfield?
Break and contain. I mean, watch the middle linebacker.
Watch your mic.
He's got good depth. Then he has to come up because the quarterback breaks the pocket. Again, throws right behind in the hook. The curls are covered up, but there's nobody in the hook. Void.
You know, real simple, just
catch.
forvert with a bender against middle open. That's all that was, and obviously that was your read guy. So
Nice job throwing on the run.
What's that mean right there?
What's that mean,
You know
guys?
what? I really honestly, I don't know that they're playing 2 buster and they're supposed to be carrying inside. I think that's what they're supposed to be doing, and it looked like the hook player came off on the back. So
He was talking to him, too.
So 2 busters, meaning you want to take the inside receivers and
carry
deny
inside.
them the middle of the field.
deny them, let the safeties play over the top.
Yeah,
outside.
Switch routes. Switch routes on both sides.
They should have matched the inside vertical.
Is that Minka again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now here you got a 0 game to mix the gaps up again.
Got to use timeout.
Got first down, though. Stop.
You're in
First down,
field
clock
goal
it.
range.
He's going to clock it because he got a first down, huh?
While the clock's still running.
They didn't get.
They didn't stop the
They've got
clock.
a
They
mix
got
up
the
here.
first
They
down.
can't do.
That's what Dabo's yelling at right now. See that?
Yeah, Dabo.
They're moving the chains, yet they didn't stop the
They got the NFL scorekeeper on
Taking their
that.
third and final timeout of the half. Please correct the game clock to read 9 seconds.
Well, let's go back here.
wait a
Let's,
minute.
let's see the first down.
Oh, they got 9 seconds. They put 9 on.
Did they get the first down?
So right here, he gets
9.
the first down, and he's down.
Clock should stop.
Never did start.
It should stop at 12, right?
Yep.
Yep. And then he's got time to kill it.
Should be at 12, yeah. I bet you they go back.
Dabo, is he down here trying to call timeout?
No.
He's not?
No, because he got the first down.
He's telling
Yeah,
him.
but it looks like he's...
So he's
Right there. What's he saying right there?
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
he's going
Clock
clock.
it. Clock it. Clock
He's
it.
hitting his watch.
They did reset the clock.
No, it's 3 seconds.
He wants his timeout back.
Now you got to kick a field goal.
Wow.
You can throw it out of bounds.
Coach Fedora talked about the kicking game, how important it was. Alabama missed one. Can Clemson capitalize? Yeah.
Wow.
2 missed field goals.
Boy, oh boy.
Look at that pressure up inside on this.
Wow.
Is that blocked?
I don't think it
Comes off the edge.
I don't. And the only guy I don't think the guy out the edge got it. Maybe this big Paul
Watch the flight of the ball.
You slow it down.
put the Vaseline on it. Phil Necroed it.
Nuxie. I love it.
I just think he
Can't tell.
mishit it.
Yeah, I think he just mishit that.
Bad miss hit there.
Yeah.
That looked like a
you
Tim
go.
Wakefield fastball coming in there.
Here it is over there.
Oh,
he
yeah, he
got
did
a
tip
hand
it.
on it.
Yeah,
He sure as heck
run that
did.
back,
That's
Grease.
a great play.
Huge.
Great play by the, what is that, who was that?
57. Yep.
Sure as heck did.
Good push.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, you got to be stout a little bit more in that protection, don't you?
Yeah, you got to. You can't allow that to happen.
That's your
You just
third-
get 37 seconds. You get the ball down the field. You get in field goal range, and you don't get points
Boy, that's
because
big.
of protection.
Boy, that's big.
DJ Petway, the big block.
You know, it'll be interesting. What a great first half.
Wonderful.
And yet, both go in. And now look, now let's settle it. All right, guys. Now look.
30 minutes to play.
It's 0-0. Here we go. Now, Clemson gets it coming out, and it'll be interesting to see kind of where it moves from there. Because here's the one thing I do know about playing in this game a couple times. This halftime is forever. Okay, because there's extra time put on it. and you end up in there. You remember how long you were sitting in the Rose Bowl. You remember how long that was? I mean, it was like, can we ever get out of here, right? But this will be good.
I was hoping Colt McCoy's shoulder was going to come back.
Magically. That's right.
I go back to that momentum.
Yep.
I mean, that's huge for Alabama. And with Clemson going in now, it was on the high horse. They got the ball down there. They were looking to get a field goal to go up. And now they going in and the score's tied.
Yeah.
You know? And then hopefully they can come out in the second half and do something offensively. If not, that's going to be huge for Bama.
Hopefully, if you're a Clemson fan.
Exactly.
Heck of a half, though. Heck of a half. You know, only one turnover.
Yep.
7 points, though, because of it.
One turnover and 2 missed field goals.
Tell you what's also good in this game is
Back at halftime, the national championship game, a tie ball game. All right, guys, listen, we got rid of the big uglies over here. The defensive guys are out of the room. Let's talk some offense, and in particular, Deshaun Watson. In that first half, 2 touchdowns, 12 of 18 throwing the football. Coach Fedora, what did you see out of Deshaun Watson on those touchdown throws?
Well, you know, the very first one here, you're going to see a wheel route by 13. And really, the DB's in really good position. You're going to see number 29 covering 13 on the wheel route here. And he's really in great position. The safety doesn't really get over the top. Deshaun Watson does an unbelievable job of throwing him open. He really throws him open because 29's in great position. And just a great throw from the quarterback here.
Willie, what the mindset of Deshaun Watson right here?
Well, I think he has something where he saw in practice. They practiced this and seeing the backer over far enough. The receiver did a great job of giving him a move outside and getting back inside. And Deshaun did a great job ball placement there.
So he had those two touchdowns, then Mac, the interception.
Right.
You're calling plays in the second half for Deshaun Watson. How do you treat him?
Well, I think the one thing that has come to prove is when he makes things happen with his feet, man, it's a whole different dimension out there. And you know, I really think he's not fazed by that interception. I think the guy's played enough. I just kind of the way he took that last drive. I mean, they got that 2-minute drive. They got the ball back, did a great job of their time management, and gave him an opportunity to put points on the board. And I think that's something to build on. And really, they're probably saying, hey, look, they haven't done anything to stop us.
Right.
I think their staff has complete confidence in him. Yeah. He's the only thing they have going in the running game right now. And I think they just realized, you know, after he threw the pick, he took him down there in that 2-minute drive. Hey, let's turn him loose.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to win this game, he's going to be the one that does it. And so let's turn him loose. Let's throw it when we need to throw it. Let's run it when we need to run it.
Let's see you in the second half.
Welcome back to the MegaCast film room, 14-14 tie. I think so far pretty good defense on both sides. And when you look at it, I think Alabama did a good job of matching Clemson's tempo, made some adjustments. And you look at Clemson, I think they're running the football and doing a good job of pressuring Coker. What have you seen, Coach?
Well, I think, again, they took a shot the first play of the game, and Clemson has played more split safety than they've shown, especially early in the game, to match the over routes. They did a nice job tackling in space on the first play.
Yep.
You see here, Brent's got a too-high look. Alabama's trying to take a shot on the over route. Really, they want this design versus 3 deep. And so Clemson does a nice job of matching the routes. Coker comes down to the check down here, and a really nice open field tackle right here by Mackenzie Alexander.
Great leverage by him, taking it on the outside, knowing his helps inside, and great job there.
What do you got here, Pat?
Again, you get cover 2 by Clemson on defense, carrying the seams, or, you know, running with the 2 verticals on the inside. And again, it's a coverage sack by Clemson. It's a heck of a job in coverage, and the biggest difference in this game so far, in my opinion, has been the ability of Clemson's quarterback to make plays with his feet, and Coker really not being able to make it.
Well, when you look at it, too, and then anytime Clemson has been in man-to-man coverage, Alabama, I think, has had trouble consistently creating separation to get open. And that's forcing Coker to drop his eyes, and by that time, the rush is coming. So what do you need to do for the second half? Any type of adjustments that you look for?
Well, negative plays for Alabama's really put them behind in the down and distance. We've had 4 sacks in the first half. Some's been on the quarterback, some's been on the protection. So it's multiple issues that they've got to handle.
Yeah, and again, you know, same thing. Alabama's got to put some pressure on the quarterback, and he can't make plays on 3rd down. He's probably got 4 or 5 first downs by himself.
Let's see what happens. Should be good.
Welcome back. Halftime of the championship game, a tie game. Willie, what is going to be the determining factor in the second half and the outcome of this game?
Well, I think taking care of the football, and I know for Clemson, they got to find a way to get Gallman the ball and Artavius Scott. They're two of their best football players on that side of the ball, and they got to find a way to get them the ball. And offensively for Alabama, keep giving it to Henry.
20 carries, what, 120 yards and 20 carries?
Yeah, I think when you look at it, it comes down to those manageable third downs. And I think what's happened right now is, on 1st and 10, when they've gotten behind the sticks, they haven't done a great job on 2nd down, getting back into a manageable third down situation. And you know what? That to me is really what it's going to be.
Well, you got two great defenses out there.
Yep.
So if you get behind the change, it's going to be tough on you. And
That's
so
right.
that goes into your thought as a play caller. You don't want to take a shot in case it's an incomplete and you end up 2nd and 10 and you're behind the chains again. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game's called the rest of the way.
We got Pat.
Defensively?
Defensively, I really think the key is offense when you talk defense. I mean, Deshaun Watson, he's making plays with his feet, and I think that's the biggest difference. I said it, during halftime, and if Alabama doesn't find a way to stop him from, scrambling, even breaking the pocket, and the coverage is stepping up and he's throwing it behind him, that could be the game.
I'd put the game on Deshaun Watson from Dabo Swinney and let him go win the game for him, and then Alabama continue to take some shots here and there, which they will do, and continue to give the ball to Derrick Henry.
It's been interesting, though, to watch. I mean, Clemson sacked, Alabama now 4 times, and they've done a great job. And most of those have been coverage sacks. And then the Coker has a hard time trying to make a play beyond that.
Well, Clemson will have the first shot at it. We'll see if that Alabama defense has an answer.
Because they've got some extensive time, so it's sitting in there talking about what was good, what wasn't good, why, what adjustments we need to make, how do we want to attack this defense from this.
So what was good for Clemson's when they went up-tempo on offense, and they kind of went away from that, right?
Well, created legs with Watson, more empty than I think any of us would have thought.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the stick nod on the split safety look, and Reggie Ragland does a great job covering that. A couple of the middle field and the sticks that they're hitting on that, and then they got the quarterback draw off of it. Probably we'll see that here in the second half.
Well, and I think we all thought if they jumped in empty that they were going to get blitzed heavily. And they probably have an answer for that. They probably have a thought process if it is going to be blitz. And so I think Alabama changed it up on them a little bit.
But as soon as they did blitz, they ended up throwing a screen and gained 12 yards. So
That's right.
They've hit right.
And brought the back in and turned the protection. So as you see empty, it's not always going to be empty at this
Right. Kirby looks like he's adjusting everything out in this ball game as opposed to going with a true empty check. Now, Clemson's motioned empty on several of the occasions, so you're not getting to a check on the motion.
They're having a hard time defensively matching up with 16 Jordan Leggett, so see if he's a factor in the second half as the kickoff for the championship begins.
Fake reverse.
Fake reverse.
I'll tell you what will be interesting to see is who's going to call the first trick play in this ball game. Usually in these games you have a lot of trick plays. You have time to work on them.
Normally it's the underdog, right?
Yep.
Nothing to lose.
Yep.
Looks like Artavius Scott was kind of limping coming off the field there.
So when would you call your trick play, Willie?
Saying you see threes coming off the field limping.
Yeah.
I think after my first down.
After your first down, you're going to go with the trick play. Why not?
You
Take a
guys
shot.
get the
Get
book
some
on that in
back.
case you play USF?
Yeah, I'm going to
Write
remember
that
that.
down, right?
I got to get Gallman going.
Hit vertical.
Great defense right
Good job by the safety coming up, taking that away.
Ran that play in the first half. That was just another. They ran for probably a 5-yard gain in the first half. Came back.
Alabama does a nice job there after the tackle, getting back and just getting ready to go. Go back to empty.
You can see that Artavius Scott went down kind of
Little ankle, left ankle.
There's a blitz.
Filling up the rush lanes, playing man coverage.
Well, anytime you can get a receiver on a linebacker, I think you probably try to take advantage of that all day, right? Which they did right there.
Lined up in empty, 4 verticals with, with a tight split out of number
They've gotten a lot out of 13 in this game.
Where they have, haven't they?
Never heard Sharon Peake's name at all.
Back to empty.
Look at the matchup.
Yes.
Ooh,
Miscommunication right there.
would have been another pick there.
Somebody's got miscommunication here.
Yep. Trying the quick hawk route to number 2.
Sharon Peak looks like he's blocking here.
Could probably call offensive interference if you wanted.
Not a good start
for Alabama right there.
Yep.
No, that was big coming out, getting a 3 and out right here, and now having a chance again, you know, to take some field position here.
Got a fake punt here for Dabo, or what do you think?
No, he's gonna just roll it. Try to get the ball on the ground.
Oh boy, bad bounce. No roll.
Almost like he pulled off that kick a little bit.
Is that
Trying to put it on the ground.
Yeah.
Is that the risk of the rugby style?
Sure. You don't know where it's going to go.
But you're hoping it's going to land and roll.
Right. But I'm going to tell you, as the return team, it's difficult because you don't know where it's going. Your guys are running with those guys down the field, and the ball's bouncing behind their back. You know, and
the returner's got to do a great job of communicating and waving guys.
Because it's scary. It's scary when that ball's bouncing along and your guys don't know where it's at.
Well, definitely one thing they said, they weren't going to get beat on a punt return. You know, they're going to keep it away from him and not let him go ahead and break the game open.
Okay, great field position for Alabama here now.
Let's see how Clemson answers. 2 high safeties.
There's the 4 yards.
There's that 4 yards you talked about.
That's right.
It's inside zone.
We've seen both Drake and Henry in the backfield at the same time.
They got the pass off that to Drake. See the pass off that little dink route?
Backfield with Coker. Normally, you
They're going to come right back to it. Come right back to it. Same play.
Yep.
Nice
Pass.
pass.
Little dink route.
Ball's thrown behind the line. They can block downfield.
Golly, you're right. You're in great position right there. Just set the edge. Set the edge.
This guy's
Blocking on the outside was not great.
This guy's a special guy now.
He really is.
I mean,
Corner there, huh?
I mean, they had him down. They had him. I mean, he just made a play on his own. It's pass.
Got him.
Shot.
Got it.
Whoa.
Got it.
Whoa.
Got it. You got a bust.
It was wide open. No one was over there.
You got a bust.
There's your answer right there, Willie, a little bit. You know, they went ahead and faked the hitch, you know, the hitch out there. And,
Only 1 or 2 over here.
Yeah,
there you go.
That guy come off the sideline or what? 2-on-1.
that's this guy right here, right, guys? He's got to be
Better go.
A little bit of the tempo. They get lined up quick. They
Yeah.
cover down. You got him, I take him.
Wow.
That's 15. He never even saw it. There were 2 receivers into the boundary.
A little bit of the taste of your own medicine with tempo for Alabama.
Well, that's actually 2 touchdowns
yes.
that Alabama have hit on
Yeah.
tempo.
T.J. Green, 15.
I go back, you guys keep hearing me saying it, I think it's so big in football, that momentum. Going into the half, what Alabama did to block that field goal.
Well, and then coming out at half and 3 and out.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Here they are right before that.
What you got to do is count the
All
2
these
out there.
guys
1, 2.
Well, but watch 15. His eyes are over here on the sideline. Now he's trying to get lined up. He knows they're fixing to snap it. He doesn't ever realize that there's 2 receivers up there.
It's interesting to note, too, 2 touchdowns, both of them mental errors and assignment mistakes by Clemson.
All that was a screen just to now go.
It's been covered 1,000 times by Brent Venables. Scan the formation. Look here, but again, tempo.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the equalizer.
Tempo, and it took them a long time to get that call in there.
Yes.
They're lined up for a long time staring at the sideline when they could have snapped the ball even earlier than they did. Well, you don't want to go back and
Nice
watch
job.
that tape the next day, I can tell you that. Not the national
It's
championship game.
painful.
Jim, what are you going to do now if you're Clemson? You've been able to answer every time Alabama scored. What do you do to get back into your rhythm?
You know, I think what you're going to do is you're going to put the ball back in your quarterback's hands and let him make the choices and decisions as he goes forward. Because he's the guy right now, he's been the X factor. When he's gotten loose, that's when good things have happened for Clemson.
What about up-tempo, Willie? I mean, do you think you go back to that since the success that you had in the first half was up-tempo?
Absolutely. That's the only way they have a chance, I think. Just going up-tempo and keeping Alabama from getting into the things that they really want to get into.
But to go up tempo, you got to move the chains.
Yes.
You can't. It's not going to do any go fast, and punt.
Because then you're putting a little onus on the defense.
Exactly. So you
struggled with Alabama's up tempo.
Right. You got to move the chains.
Tailback shown pass.
There's Scott back in the ball game. There you go.
Ball on the perimeter.
There you go. Got to get him the ball.
That's what Willie talked about going into the second half.
Now you can go tempo here. Second and short. Yes. You know you can roll. Nice job by the back. Is that
That's Gallman.
Gallman, he's
nice
back
job.
He had 8
Keep doing
carries.
that, and that
8
safety
yards.
just misses that tackle, and he's gone.
Gotta go.
Same formation.
Ooh. Nice job by Gallman getting back to the line of scrimmage.
They had Regland coming on a blitz into that counter. He did a good read on a pulling guard and tackle and splits both.
Great penetration there.
Is that what you do, coaches, on the defensive side? If they're going tempo a little bit, just go ahead and blitz and expecting run?
Try to get him on some pass.
In a lot of situations, they're going tempo to vanilla you.
Yeah.
So you do call up pressure, and now they've got to block moving parts.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, they're at the block.
Very nice block by the tackle there.
Nice screen.
How about the patience of the quarterback setting it up, right?
And this is well designed by 13 blocking the mic and then having the tackle slip up to the hook defender with 29.
Great block.
You know, and they showed the middle screen to the other side to get the flow going that way. And really a good job. Doesn't look like a double screen, no. It's actually coming back to it all the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Watson did a good job with his eyes.
Double screen. I mean, just looking out there.
We had another quarterback run. And
Yeah.
So second 6. So they're still, they're good with the chains.
deep tailback.
That team's not looking.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's your flag.
Yep.
It's on Fitzpatrick.
Well, there's no question who they're going after tonight, right?
Well, they've got Fitzpatrick in there. He's matched up on Renfro, and Renfro's doing a nice job. This is just Deshaun
Pass interference, number
just
29
throwing it
of
up
the
there and
defense.
giving him a chance and
15-yard penalty, automatic first
make
down.
something good happen.
What do you tell your defensive back in that situation, guys? I mean, he's in pretty good position. Now, how do you coach them to keep their hands off?
well, you got to work to get yourself in phase, which means you want to press your body on the receiver if you can, and you got to read back and play the ball as best you can.
It's pretty good coverage when you looked at that end zone.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Pat?
It looked like the receiver fell down and,
Sold it a little bit?
so did a heck of a job acting. I thought Minka had pretty good coverage there. And
He really did.
And
We all know those
He's
guys.
trying to press him. He's trying
squeeze
to
him
press
out of bounds.
and 13 falls down.
fell down.
Tell you what, though, this is a heck of an answer by this offense right now. They needed this. And the big thing here is come away with something positive.
Yes.
The field's closed.
Read pass.
Oh,
Late.
Oh,
should have been picked.
Should have been
should
good.
have.
Great job.
29's playing outside leverage. He really does. That's a nice play by 29 there.
Yeah, he slides him in the slot. He's knows he's got mental field help. He tried to zip the ball in. This is a really well played.
Right there's a safety helping, as you mentioned, Will.
Yep.
Looked like he did a pretty good job initially trying to move the safety with his eyes, and came back to that field.
Ford didn't move, though. He did a nice play that worked well.
What are you calling here, Larry? 3rd and 9.
Third and long, I'm going to, I think it's going to be quarterback run.
It's going to be a pass to run.
Go all the way.
Fetch route.
Got it.
What a throw.
Defensive play.
Well, there's one of those freshmen we talked about.
That's him.
That's him.
That's Harrison,
Ronnie
right?
Harrison.
Huge
yeah.
50-50 ball right here, and the kid makes the play. That's a heck of a play. Works himself in phase, eyes and hands through the receiver, gets the ball out. It's a great play.
I love the fact that he did not look back for the ball, because if he looks back for the ball, I'm not sure he makes this.
Well, he's not in phase.
Right.
I mean, he can't press the receiver, so he's got to read the eyes and hands, and it's a eyes, hands, 1001, get to something down.
It's a great throw by the quarterback.
It's a great throw.
He puts the ball exactly where he has to put it.
That's a great play all the way around, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Three's got to make that play.
Well, we got to be. Is he going for it here? No. We got to be firm inside now. Where's 57?
Oh,
Good kick. They still got push. They still got push
Yep,
in the 8
left
gap.
side, yeah.
Look at that.
Left guard's getting beat up in there.
Tell you what, that drive, like you said, Larry, it started with getting the first down, and they were able to do their tempo. And then they got down there and stopped them on that first down, did 2nd and 9.
great answer by Clemson. Getting a little taste of the maturity of that team and the belief. You know, they got to take a punch right out the bat in the second half, but that answer was impressive.
No, it was. To take the length of the field and how they did it, you know, was something that's special. And guys, let's talk about the throw and then the great defensive play there. You know, I mean, there's a reason these two teams are playing tonight.
No doubt.
And you know, that to me really says a lot of it right there.
Well, Will, I thought your point was a real good one. That the fan at home doesn't understand always how a defender is taught what's in phase, what's not in phase, and how do you teach it different?
Well, it was as if I'm guarding the receiver and I'm in a position where I can press the receiver and play the ball, we want to play the ball.
Right.
But if I'm not in phase with the receiver, I can't touch the receiver, or I'm at length from the receiver, I've got to play through eyes, hands, 1001. Pat's got it knocked off of me right there. So those are things that are very easy to talk about, but when your back's to the ball in front of 90,000 people and the ball's coming in there in a perfect angle like he just threw, that's a hard play to make, and it's a great play by Ronnie Harrison.
Really was. Great throw by the quarterback.
I think the most important thing for Clemson, guys, you talk about it, the 2 touchdowns, as you see.
There it is right there.
You
Right
talk
here.
in terms of poise with your back to the ball. That's poise with your back to the ball. A little bit early, but a great play.
That's kid's well coached.
And then he's finishing. He's getting the ball out.
And, you know, that's something, they haven't been there, and I know Will does it too. That is a day in and day out, everyday drill right there.
When you play the way they play, the way we play, that's going to happen a bunch.
Yep.
You got to make them. If you don't, you'll get embarrassed.
Communication on defense is key for Clemson.
Here's your play
Make
action.
a shot.
Big, right here.
Yeah,
This
hold
is
it.
big.
That's sack number 5.
This is big.
Sack number 5.
Now they behind the chain now.
Sack number 5, rushing 4.
Well, you can see right here that
here.
they're actually, you know, playing 3-kick field. They're kicking the coverage and playing, you know, middle close. They must have had something
Ball's gotta go back here, though.
to this bunch right here.
You're looking at that 7 cut up top, Larry, that tight end wide open, that
Well,
corner
that's
getting
where, I
nosy.
mean, as soon as the safety rolled to the field, you got to go back away from it.
See it right
It's
there?
wide open.
84.
Wow.
I don't know that the quarterback ever saw the safety roll to
He
the
didn't
field.
look over there.
This too, I mean.
He drops his eyes when he gets a little heat.
Where's the head of Jay Coker in the second half? And in a tight game with all the pressure on Alabama, how do we think he's going to respond?
Here we go, 2nd and 17. There,
Hand it off. I think it's a big series for Clemson.
Big,
third
yep.
and extra long.
Nice job by Shaq Lawson not going up the field, playing down the line.
Well, you think they weren't thinking run here? What are you calling here, Mac, for Jay Coker, 3rd and 15?
Well, you know, I think you're going to see one of two things. I think they're going to try to get a short catch and run. Could even be a screen right here.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to run it, be safe.
There you go.
Flag
Another
late.
holding.
Right tackle.
Good takedown.
Yeah.
Take the penalty or take the punt?
That's his second in the series.
Slide it automatically?
76 again. That's his second hold.
Punt. Yeah, I don't need to back them up 10 yards and let them have another shot. I'm making them punt now.
Holding, number 76 of the offense. This penalty is declined. 4th down.
Can't believe it.
Believe it.
That's the best tackle I've seen all night. Try to get guys to wrap up all the time, right, Pat? We just want to get on the other side.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's not bad. Get 2 points in wrestling for that.
I've seen that not called plenty of times.
Good series by Clemson.
Get that momentum back here.
Hold up.
Trying to double the Gunners and get a return.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been fair catching a lot.
And you know, they average about 3 yards a return, so
There's a double on the Gunners. So we got a return here.
got an opportunity. Got some space.
Well, the way this guy kicks it, you got a chance to get a return.
Yeah.
We don't have to do anything. We can get pressure with 4.
Yeah.
I will say this.
What we're doing is fine. We don't have to do anything special.
On that sack, that tackle just got beat off the ball. He really didn't have time back there once he
That's
got there.
Dodd.
You
Now,
know.
Dodd's giving them, number 98 is giving them all kind of problems tonight.
Well, so on the sideline, if you're coaching Jay Coker, you're telling him, look, the clock in your head's got to be faster.
Yeah.
Or do you help your tackle on Dodd? So you either put a tight end or chip or do something, right?
You know, Clemson's moved the pocket. Alabama really hasn't moved the pocket much, Jim.
Yeah, but that's right.
When you were there, you moved a little
Here we
bit.
go. You got him.
Problem here.
Problem right there. Put it in that guy's hands.
Great look.
For both teams now, I tell you what, for both teams, both offenses, first down is so critical.
So
This looks like this a lot.
all they're doing is reading.
Avoid.
They're just reading the end here, avoiding and going and block the safety with the.
Well, if the end's
Tight
going to
end.
close that far, the backer's got to scrape. You got to gain 2 on the
Right.
sniffer.
Right. You got to
They
have
only
somebody
got 1.
inside and outside.
Nice job by Leggett reading that also, right?
Yeah.
Adjusting his blocking
Absolutely.
lane.
Oh,
Got him.
Great catch.
Great catch.
Bub go.
That's Leggett.
Left tackle got beat.
yes.
That's hard to defend, huh?
That's a great
yes.
catch, though.
I
That's a
mean,
great
this
super catch.
guy's in no man's land.
Why is he in no man's land?
It's hard to be right. You got the flare coming. You got everything pulling outside. And
You got
Trap in the bubble here.
You got 2
Make
on
that.
1. You carry number 3.
Spielman would have covered all 5 guys.
No, I would have covered number 3 down the middle of the field like all inside defenders are supposed to do.
They only have to cover the one they throw it to.
Exactly. One down the field.
Well, Verts. Another 50-50
Nice play.
ball.
It's 29 now. That's a nice play by 29 here. Again, outside leverage. He knows he's got help inside.
he's got to hold himself on the seam. He widened too much on the seam. He's going to get further away from the middle field safety here.
Looked like he came down.
He ought to bang 13 on the top of the route right there and not let him slide inside.
How good is this, Mac, from a quarterback perspective, looking off the safety?
You know, he's doing, I think he's doing a great job with the closed safety, just kind of working opposite. And really, that was a good job by the receiver, actually widening and creating space away from the free safety. So many times when you're getting funneled, those guys want to take the easy way out, slip inside, and then all of a sudden the free safety can play too.
You go back and look at the landmarks of the
Yeah.
receivers on those
Really
plays.
good.
They were probably 2 to 3 yards outside the hash, which putting a lot of stress on that safety.
Really
About
good.
the discipline of the safety, Pat. I mean, you're asking your guy to do a lot, aren't you?
You notice the
No doubt about it. But he got over there.
Yeah, but the safety wasn't the one that made the play.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick needs to hold that seam a little bit tighter and end up inside on the wide release. Don't let him widen you further away from the safety.
To your point, first down. They have a penalty. Brings up 2nd and 15 with the incompletion.
3 down this time. Bringing 5 again.
Came after him.
There you go
Uh-oh, there he
again.
goes.
There he does.
That's special.
a luxury, isn't it?
That's special.
The difference.
They brought 5 here.
This is, yeah.
Right there, you lose your rush lane.
Balance
Is that
out.
him?
But again, you get separation of the quarterback here, hands up. Your guys are coming off blocks. It's hard. I mean, it's really a good push in the pocket by Deshaun Hand right there.
That's a great job by the quarterback. Guys, empty. Sprint, throwback screen. Tackle never got out.
Really good job right there by number 9. He
Yeah.
feels a slip by the left tackle. Doesn't rush up the field like most guys would do.
Great
Tracks
job.
right down. That's a great play by number 9.
He started coming with that pressure again, Will.
Yep, trying to hit him with a quick game off the pressure. Really nice play by Deshaun Hand.
They're still on track on the chains. 2nd and 6.
Kirby's trying to
Kirby's
do something up
checking.
there.
Now they're checking.
Pressure.
Out the empty.
Yep, throw it.
Got to make a
Gotta make a
tackle
play.
in space.
Good enough.
Yeah, but that's a great play by Gallman again. Goes and gets the first down.
Talk about pressure in this guy, right? You bring pressure, and this is what happens.
Right. Now 4's got to make that play.
Dahlman's limping.
Yeah, he came off real ginger. He was.
Goes back to being successful and having something positive on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of subs.
Holy. That's a nice luxury to have, too, isn't it? Right, Pat? You bring 4 new ones in?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Clemson burned timeout.
Clemson had something special there.
Dalbo's not happy about it.
They had something special there. I mean, you had an offensive lineman that was over on the other side, and he couldn't. Something was.
All right. Miscommunication caused Clemson a timeout. What do you have, guys?
It looks like, the tackle's lined up on the wrong side, Chris. Again, whether it was supposed to be tackle over here and unbalanced where they're going to, really toss the ball into the boundary, or some type of, tight end eligible where they'd slip them out versus some man coverage down here in the red zone.
Again, that's a mental mistake right there by Clemson, and timeouts are precious into the second half in the national championship game.
Zero coverage. Deshaun Watson's going to carry.
I should have stayed outside there.
You get down here this close to the goal line, he's going to carry the ball.
They got to leverage this outside with the cutter coming through, and it's got to leverage it from outside in with number 20.
Yeah, that's a good run on 1st down. I mean, get it down to the 1-yard line. Now they're going to go tempo.
Can Clemson run between the tackles in this situation?
It's going to be 0-0.
They got off on the snap. Yeah. Good job by that backer.
Great timing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hamilton.
He's doing it off the center's head.
Yeah.
Head comes up, he's going.
Right here?
Watch the snappers.
Yeah.
There, Mike,
Can't
too.
get him. All right, 3rd down, 1. What do you got, guys?
Quarterback run.
Wouldn't be something in his hands.
Perimeter?
I tell you.
He's under center, probably not.
Blitz on defense, men.
Cover 0 all the way.
Nice blocking.
Nice job getting it in.
Wow.
Just old-fashioned, bring it downhill.
G play.
Yeah, G, they play with guard, huh?
Yep.
Knew what they were getting.
Tree no G.
Like
You mean they knew what they were getting?
Well, when you're in this look, you're going to be soft in the C gap. Right. So a lot of offensive will go to what they call a G scheme front side, kick out the end and let the fullback, and they just create a crevice, and it only needs a yard. So they just try and create some movement. Alabama plays it well. They block it well.
Great job by the fullback here.
Yeah, look at that push by the fullback.
Pad level. Low man wins.
Tight end was trapped.
Ragland played it well. I mean, it's a yard. It's a
You got to be lower than the guy, though, in that situation.
It's a good adjustment, though, thinking that you're not going to be able to run in the A and B gap and adjust to the C. Huge.
Wow.
Still got a lot of football to play.
Yep.
Great answer by Clemson.
You talk about momentum. Clemson got it back now.
Yeah.
That's big.
Well, I'll re-ask this question. Alabama beats Ole Miss, or Ole Miss beats Alabama because of 5 turnovers, right? 5-0. Clemson's down in the turnover battle here. What's been the biggest surprise to you guys almost through 3 quarters?
I just see it. I see it as a special player at quarterback that is really causing issues and really giving them an opportunity to win. I mean, that to me, I mean, if you look at what he's done with his feet, he's become the 12th man out there. And you know what? He's playing a heck of a game. And yet, look, guys, there's a lot of ball to be played here.
You can't say that Alabama is not playing good defense. I mean, they have been in position. He's just broken their back by extending plays and making, slipping through and making first downs.
When you have a quarterback that runs, Pat or Will, does that limit what you call defensively? Do you get a little nervous about calling man coverage?
Yeah, no question about it. You don't want your back there the ball. You want to go get the guy back there in the pocket and not let him get out. And they brought 5-man pressure, but still been able to get out.
Well, it gets frustrating because you're right on your calls. You're not wrong, and the guy makes a play, and you just got to tip your hat and play the next down. Right. You can't get frustrated.
See, right here, again, and you add this. And
this is a quarterback run, but they got the numbers out there with that one, with the tight end on the avoid.
The third
This
down.
is the play right here.
This is the play.
This is
the play of the series right here.
This is him at Lebanon. And
boy,
you can't coach that.
No, and that's the biggest
recruit
dilemma. That's the biggest dilemma of all, right? To handle quarterback scramble on 3rd and 3 when it makes you nervous about playing man coverage.
I mean, you look at a Heisman
Restrict your
Trophy
calls.
candidate, and I know
Finalist.
somebody at this table voted for the other guy that's making all those plays.
I
didn't
voted for Watson.
I know you did.
Yeah.
Should have voted for McCaffrey.
I voted for Greasy.
But they've made this adjustment, Alabama has, in bringing 5 and thinking that they have the rush lanes, but they just don't have the athlete up front to get them on the ground.
Nobody in the country does.
Yeah.
If Alabama doesn't, they don't.
They also have
And
to.
folks, I mean, just be honest. I mean, the guys made plays.
Yeah. D-line's got to be able to disengage a little bit.
Alabama needs to pick up some first downs here.
4 yards. Look like 2, but it's 4.
I'm shocked that they're allowing Clemson to play 2 deep and protect the backup corner because
That is pretty.
against the Heisman Trophy winner running the football, if Clemson can play 2 deep and protect their corner who's out, then they're going to win this ballgame.
That means Clemson's front seven's doing a heck of a job. Because they're still, their middle field's open again. So they feel pretty good about the way they're defending the run. Nice play.
We go a little play action.
That's good.
Yep.
Pocket movement.
There you go.
Got him out. Makes him feel comfortable.
And they got number 11, Travis Blank's got a little bit nosy right there. He's not going to make a play away from the ball.
I think it's still got to concern you if you're Alabama and you're not able to run the ball effectively with 2 deep safeties.
That's right.
Yeah, but with that tight splits, those guys can be in cover 2. The corners are in run support there because of the tight split. So really, it's not like they're playing cover 2 with.
So essentially, you have
number
9
1
guys
receivers.
at the line of
Yeah,
scrimmage, right?
I mean, corners are in support, but it was because of the tight split too.
Yeah, that's a great point, Pat, right here. You have 2 corners up.
So, Pat, when you're playing a backup corner, your starting corner goes out and you're worried about a corner, what's the thing that you don't want to see?
Well, you know, you don't want to see the spread detached
out.
sets. I mean, you're tightening them in, which we know in the first series they did that, and they've come back to a little bit of the close splits by the receivers, but.
So with those tight corners, what they're doing, it looks to me, is like they're slanting those defensive linemen in to take away the inside running lanes because you have strong corner support
Right.
on the outside.
Again, they're not going to play cover 2 here and stop the run with the receivers out there.
Off the corner, off the backside.
Smash 7. Now they're moving the pocket a little bit, Jim. Did you
Yeah,
text?
and-
Did you text?
No.
Saw you on your phone
they
earlier.
didn't listen to me when I was coaching.
You become better when you leave. I know that.
Are you on the bat phone to Kiffin again?
That ball get tipped there? Did y'all see that?
I didn't see it.
I saw Dabo doing this, but I don't know if that was a signal or not.
3rd and long.
Yep.
This is crazy.
Again,
Yeah.
This is big.
Bama's been converting, what, about
Like a man-free
36%?
look, huh?
That does a pre-snap man free. Blitz, here it comes.
Make a throw.
Nobody can get open.
Oh, you got to make it.
Good ball.
That was a heck of a throw right there. And you know what? Great coverage. I mean, look at he's
he had a bust.
got a one-on-one right
defensive
here.
end. Or
That's
we had no
Blank's
contain
linebacker.
here. There should have been somebody in the quarterback's face too. One of the D linemen went the wrong way.
Yeah, you got a receiver and a linebacker. You kind of got to create a little bit of separation on that. You're expecting to win that battle,
Is
right?
that a receiver or a tight end?
It's a receiver.
So, yeah, you got to win that battle.
So they just ran a little spin concept over there to beat 2 high, and then that was their single high beater over there, and they actually got what they wanted.
He's going to make the plays, right? Bang, bang plays. We saw earlier. Knock him away, and which receiver is going to make that play?
I think Clemson has a chance to kind of drive a stake here a little bit right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Momentum, Willie? They got momentum. They still got
They
momentum.
got Uncle Mo with it.
Willie Mo. This is Willie Mo over here.
Well, that's a good point. So what do you guys, if this gets to the 4th quarter and it's a tight game where Alabama's down, all the pressure's on them.
Yeah, but you know they've been there too.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's it's just still win this play. I mean, that's the mentality.
Came right back with the play
Option.
for him. It's nothing but triple option.
Again, good play on 1st and 10. You know, they're in They're going to stay on schedule here in second down.
Yes.
10 did a nice job.
That's good.
Played that really well.
That Ray McLeod, an explosive true freshman for Clemson, going to be a star one day.
Sprint out.
Sprint out.
Got him covered.
Two-man route.
Receiver's blocking down here. Number 1 receiver's blocking.
I think he's trying to get off of the guy. Yeah.
Smash 7. You think he'd turn around and look for the ball, maybe?
Again, they're attacking the same guy, right? They love this is exclusively where they're targeting.
He falls down.
Go back there. Look at that lineman downfield again. I mean, they got someone's.
Where you got, Pat?
Can't tell. Right guard's. Well, maybe only 3 yards.
3.5.
Looks like he is. Yeah, I'd throw in the flag.
Come on. Come on. Back to empty.
Empty.
Middle field's closed.
Third down, empty.
Yeah, he checked it. Let's see what they
Stayed with it.
Bring him 4.
Wow, nice ball.
Tight window there now.
Will, this goes back to your point on that situation. You cannot give up what? I think the inside.
Well, you got to be head up on
Man
the
free.
slot to the boundary.
Yeah.
It's just there's not enough area and room to throw to the sideline there. You got to head it off.
There's Leggett again.
The rat was too far to the field there. He's got to play between 2 and 3.
Take a shot.
Oh.
Covered it.
Looks like Alabama's getting tired, boys, on defense.
Well, Clemson's had 2 extended drives here in the third quarter.
they
Now
have.
they're into another one. It's in tempo. They're going fast. So there's.
Part of that responsibility is the offense to keep them off the.
Yeah.
I mean that's. You don't look at that sometimes. You got to be able to extend some drives just to help.
Throwback.
Throwback. Tell him to go. He's
Covered
jogging.
it.
Good job, 10.
Nice job.
Discipline.
By 10. Really nice job by 10.
Quarter
Called this actually
24 gotta
earlier.
run.
Yeah.
24 is jogging now. He's got to run. You see
He was trying to slip out like he wasn't doing anything. But
Watson telling him to go.
That's a old C.J. Spiller throwback play. If you had that speed on the outside, it's a different
Well, and don't forget, Gallman went into the locker room. Now he's on his way back out, but
Yeah, it's Zach Brooks as a backup.
solid player.
What's the down and distance here?
Drive concept.
oh, the rub off the umpire.
And he had it.
Boy,
I don't know why he didn't pull the trigger.
It's a huge play right there.
This is big.
that's a big play right there.
Got a little drive concept there and kind of got what they want.
See the pick route with the umpire there?
Is that
was your
open?
route. That was your route right there.
Is that open to you guys?
He's
Yeah.
made this through
Yeah, yeah.
all
He
day.
didn't like it for some reason. I mean, he didn't feel good about it.
He worked the field instead of the boundary side.
Interesting.
I'm not going to question what he sees. He's
No, he's
making good decisions.
He's making great decisions all night and
Yeah.
may have hit the guy on the glance.
Again, you go back to field position here.
There's a bounce.
Oh, there's your squib kick.
Wow.
Cyrus wanted it too. He wants it.
And the only thing Cyrus is going to be able to do is either going to have to get the big hop or he's going to have to scoot up. And he's going to have to catch that ball before it gets down.
That's frustrating. I mean, 4 touchdowns on punt returns for him and not one in this game.
I'd say this is important for Alabama to get something going here.
You got to flip the field here.
Yeah.
You guys like the decision of not kicking to Cyrus? I had a special teams coach said, I'm not afraid to kick to him, but I'm not stupid either. We're not kicking to him.
I think that's smart coaching there.
Yep.
Great punt.
Spread them out and give the ball to number 2.
Well, they got him right now. Got him back a little bit, so probably a handoff right up the gut.
12 personnel.
Oh, that's a good tackle.
In cover 2, but there's your corner and support right there.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have said we're going to have our Heisman Trophy winner on a corner, pretty good.
I mean, eventually you got to come back to, if you see that corner support that strong, don't you have to come back to attack that side that the corner's coming from?
Well, the way that guy got nosy inside, that's where you got.
I'd say they'll take their chances with 2 on a corner. They'll just keep doing it if they're going to do that.
He'll break one of them. He'll block that guy, though.
I mean, don't you come with a little, maybe a play action off of that? I know you have the safety coming over, but
I don't think you have to make a huge play right now. You need to move the change to keep your defense off the field.
yeah. You can still move the chains by throwing to the guy where he's coming off the edge.
Yeah, but they haven't had any success throwing the ball down the field.
5 sacks.
Right. So you need to move the chains.
And you're guessing. You're guessing when that corner's, when they're in cover 2.
Tell you what is interesting that they're not throwing quick game. Get Coker going again.
Quick game.
Yeah,
really.
quick game.
Right
that
on.
becomes run game for you.
All right, here we go. Alabama has the ball, boys. What do you do to get back in? What do you got to get something going offensively? What are you going to do?
First down.
Okay, but what do you do to get the first down?
It's third and medium. You go to your calls on 3rd and medium, and you just execute. You guys, they have to execute. They got to pick up the first down here. They got to take some pressure off their defense.
Earlier in the game, they motioned to a bunch, and they were able to hit the guy in the flat. They'll probably get man coverage from Brent right here. That's what I expect them to do.
Look at where the running back is level-wise.
Out of man.
Oh, man.
Had it open, couldn't make the throw.
Nice call, too.
Says it all right here.
Yep. Lane's like, come on.
I go back. You got to get him back in
Little
rhythm.
pick there, too.
He needs some quick things.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the difference in quarterback play right now is the difference in the game.
Staring it down, too, now.
I mean, those are not confident feet right there.
I don't.
You got to make that
Pressure. 5 sacks.
Yeah.
You're going to have those antsy feet.
They're going for the return. They're going to double the gunners and see if they can't get a return.
Snap the ball.
Oh, they're going to delay a game.
Wow, look at the fake up the middle. Ooh.
Good hang time.
Great field
50.
position.
Put a lot of pressure on their defense.
Give that one to Clemson's special teams from the standpoint of that punt.
Yeah.
That rugby punt. You know what? Now you're a 6-point game. You still got a chance to go down.
Yeah, you're one possession
and
game.
put the hammer up.
And Deshaun's telling those guys right now, let's go win this thing. We're 15 minutes away.
Keep the foot on the gas pedal.
Right.
Don't get tight.
No reason to play conservative.
Yes. Tell you what, you got 2 teams that know how to finish.
They're going to motion out of the backfield here.
Not with the depth of those 2 backs.
Option.
No.
Harry.
Reed. Got it on the perimeter.
I love the fact that they pull 2 offensive linemen and still run it away from the 2 offensive linemen.
That play reminded us of linebacker, huh?
Yeah, and that's a pain for a linebacker right now.
Quarterback counter or
It's a quarterback run still.
Yeah.
If the guy comes up the field, he's going to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough.
Pat, I'm fascinated by your ability. The depth of the running backs can give you run pass.
now they're deeper here, and it's not going to be that.
The motion.
It's going to be a motion, inside zone, bubble.
Oh, no.
That could have been bad.
That's pretty universal throughout college football. As defensive coordinators, you're reading the depth of those backs for motion, pass, run. If they're deep, it's run. If they're up close, it's pass for protection purposes. Is that right?
Or, they got outside run when they're up tight. And they all, every team's a little bit different.
See how much tighter he is
It's
here.
a pass here.
Quarterback draw.
Missed the hole.
3-by-1 for them is big quarterback draw.
Did not follow his back. But who am I to question Deshaun Watson's decision-making tonight?
3rd down and 10.
Big
Third
play,
and long.
big
This
play
way-
run for Alabama.
This is where he's beat him with his feet.
Right. Big play for Alabama right here.
Well, and right here's the
They break the
matchup.
huddle with 12 right
huddle.
there? Is that breaking the huddle with 12?
They in a
Depends
huddle.
on who you're asking.
They weren't in a huddle.
It was a huddle.
Don't give away the field goal either.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Nice play.
Don't get a flag.
Don't get a flag.
What do you think about this call right here? You're in position to potentially, if you get 5 or 6 yards to get in field goal range. You like taking this shot?
Not sure where the kick line is, but you know what? Your matchup,
Run it back to
there,
second.
The times they've thrown
can
it
see
down
it.
the field, they've either scored a touchdown or they've gotten a
Got
pass
it.
interference.
Yeah, yep.
So
Not the last two times. The last two times they've come up empty because the defense has been there.
You got away with
I think Clemson, we're going to the game saying we're going to throw it down the field 6 to 9 times in this game.
They got away with a hold right there, too, by the way. The inside receiver was held.
On the slot?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
Missed opportunity right there.
He's got to get his heels on the goal line.
He's got to sprint down. He's
watching the ball.
watching the ball too far.
Boy.
That was a great defense right there by Alabama.
That's a sudden change win right there.
Unbelievable.
You're going to call yourself a great defense, right? You got to be great sudden change defense.
And there you go right there.
That's some momentum right there.
All right, what do we do for Alabama? You have to get something going offensively. Do we start running the ball? We go quick passing game? What are you calling? All three of you guys, what are you calling to get something going?
I think one of the things Willie talked about earlier was, where's the quick game?
Right.
Where is it? To get it, the stick, the hitch, whatever it is, the race route, something like that to get off to a fast start to help him a little bit confidence-wise. But you know what? It's hard for me not to give it to number 2 a little bit.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be bad to maybe spread it out a little bit and give it to number 2 and see if we can get some people out of the box.
There you go.
Cover 2 at the corner.
That's a throw.
There you go.
There you go.
It's the first touch
Stewart's had. That's right. There you go.
He's an explosive guy. They got to get back involved.
Usually see it, he's been getting it on some speed sweeps, throughout the year.
Here's what we're talking about, too, that corner coming again. Then you attack the side that the corner comes.
There you go. Got it, Spiels.
Thank you.
It's for you.
Formation of the boundary, same thing they hurt him with early in the game.
But the last 2 times they've run it, they've gotten penetration.
They did a good job against us in our game. They spread out, ran inside zone, and they had the quick game off of it to Stewart, who's a hard tackle for a corner.
Yeah.
However you're structured.
You have to be impressed with the way this Clemson defensive front has come out and played in this game.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, they're holding up against the run.
Really.
2nd and long.
There's a zone with a quick game.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room in there.
Nice play.
Making him go east and west.
That's a heck of a tackle.
They're running a zone read with a quarterback that can't run.
Look at the pirate stunts over here, which force him to go outside and ball right to the corner.
Okay, you think about this half now. Alabama scored 1 touchdown. It was on a busted coverage.
Yeah.
Had 2 touchdowns on 2 mental errors on the defense tonight.
When you think
Goes
about
back to
Brent
first down.
Venables,
There you go.
what he's
Goes back
saying
to
to
first
his
down.
defense.
What do you got, Willie?
So it all goes back to first down. When Alabama get 1 yard on first down, and they're back.
They like something with these condensed sets. There's a blitz, crossfire.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
That was a
The guy's a player, man.
Look at when he's
Watch him run and get
Play
under.
by,
this ball,
heck of a play
guys.
by Coker.
Look at when he's throwing this ball. He's not even out of his break here.
They got
That is a heck of a play there. That 13 can run.
Wow. Take a look at this.
That's trust, though. Throwing the ball where you know your guy's going to be, right?
It isn't going to do you any good to take a sack there. Might as well let it go.
That was a big play.
Well, we talked about Coker. Can he make those plays? And he's been taking those
Now-
sacks, 5 of them. That was huge.
But you talked about getting Stewart in the game. That's 2 throws to Stewart.
Good play. Get down here.
Here's your dot.
Yeah. They're doing
11
out of blue personnel again.
1.
Good look.
Great play.
nice play.
There's you had your offensive lineman illegally downfield, Pat. Look at the run blocking by the offensive tackle. You see him right here? Right here?
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at that.
left tackle.
Ball's gone.
How deep is he?
He's at 4. I mean, that's a touchy call right there, but that's
when the
different.
when the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, where is he?
It'd be really easy if he was supposed to be at 1 yard, and that was it. Oh, I know.
3rd and 8.
Guy was downfield there.
Bunch.
Why you even got an offensive guy? Here we go.
Oh, who's that for?
You're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Wow.
Well, I think, Brian, you're right. I think if that was thrown on target, that's the safety got a great read and jump on it.
He's locked in, the receivers here, guys.
It's the same route that Clemson beat them on, you know.
Tell you what, though, look at the coverage down here on Ridley. I mean, this guy's not even off the line of scrimmage. That is a great job right there. Look at
How about what's wrong with hitting 88 right there?
You know,
underneath.
Yep.
I think he might have predetermined in his mind, maybe.
Tied up.
Tell you what, Coker done got hit quite a bit now.
Yeah.
Feet back there.
Whoa. Well, you notice, too, and Willie, you make a great point. Coker's been hit now. His footwork right there, if you watch that replay, his left foot kind of bails out of the pocket, which can cause a high throw as opposed to stepping to his target and throwing it. Watch his left foot right here.
Watch right here. This is when it happens.
He get hit again.
Yeah. Now, this, I'm not talking about on that play, but on that one play where he overthrew the receiver, his left foot is going to step.
I mean, he can take him the distance.
Isn't it amazing, from Little League to the NFL, if you got the cue, you got a shot.
Well, but this Clemson defense has been #1 in the country in defensive efficiency on throws 10+ yards and #1 in plays of 0 or negative yardage.
How about onside kick? Surprise onside. They blooped it over to the right side.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't either.
I saw it over here.
Wow, out of a condensed set, too.
You know what? At halftime,
that is a great call, great play by that kicker.
we got some controversy here as far as whether someone's offsides or what.
That's a great play by that kicker.
Was he offsides?
Was he onside, Larry? You're the expert at that. What do you got?
No way.
See,
right here.
No way.
If he's broken that plane, you're going to have to stop it when the ball hits his foot. If he's broken that plane, well, it doesn't matter. They didn't call it.
Well, he's not offsides. Does he touch the ball? Yeah, no, he's past 10 yards if he catches it.
look, there's nothing wrong.
It isn't going to matter.
It's a great call.
Yeah. And that's exactly, you know, they're in that condensed look. And that's why you always have to keep your tackle, your outside guy,
Outside #1.
widest to the widest. There you go.
This guy right here.
Yep, that's right. That's exactly
It'd be interesting
right.
to see if the kicker changed his approach compared to the other kicks.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, that's a heck of a kick by that kicker.
That's a great kick.
You know what? That's a heck of a kick.
Hey, but what else do kickers do all practice, guys? You practice stuff. I mean, you got all day to do those little.
But doesn't this give you the tip off where the alignment is right off the bat?
They've been like that all. That's all day. They're the same way.
So this is part of a greater plan.
But you look at the left tackle, it's just a perfect pass by
Are
the
we
kicker.
controlling this?
Yes.
Can you stop it when the kicker's foot just touches the ball? No, back it up. Right there.
You're good.
He's good.
He's good. Great call.
But even the left tackle doesn't do a bad. It's not like he took off running.
Right. He's got to be wide as the widest, though, right?
Yep.
Well, someone said he's going to be the first one to have a trick play.
Hey, he did it.
They just checked FIB into the boundary. It looks like they might even go with a one-on-one shot up to the top. No, they came back with counter, huh?
Oh,
It's a way to rally.
Swarm.
This is another sudden change situation. We saw Alabama on a sudden change on defense. Now Clemson's at the 50-yard line, a sudden change. See how they respond.
It's good. They're playing too deep and stopping the run.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Is this Alabama offensive line getting whipped up front right now?
I don't know that they're getting whipped. I'm just surprised in what they're doing.
They're having trouble handling movement up
First
front.
trio. They've been a trio. This is the first time I've seen this.
Yep.
Normally have max protection at the top, right, with a tight end and back, 3 receiver route.
Wheel route.
Oh, free release. There it is, down the seam. Got it. Yep.
Another buff.
Got him.
It's a tight end again, right?
Taking a shot.
It's actually wide width right there. Free release. You got
Playing cover 3.
middle open, middle closed read here by the tight end.
What is the
That's a bust.
Somebody.
Yeah.
seeing?
Corners in cover 3 up there.
Well, there's no run action. What?
Just feels that wheel route coming and just gets.
But on the front side of this, guys, they look like they're running a Tampa 2 look.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they're doing.
It's a mental error.
Safety got to be back
Obviously
there.
a mistake.
So if we're sitting here asking, I don't know what they're doing, or safety's got to be back, so that's 3 touchdowns on 3 mental busts by
The corner at
Clemson.
the bottom looks like he's playing thirds. I think that guy's playing thirds, but he sees that wheel come.
Back to your point, Mac. First time
We've seen
this
trio.
formation.
And this is the formation I know a lot of defensive coaches don't like.
I love this formation.
Why? Why don't they like it, Mac?
Well, you know what? You got some conflicts here. You've got your strength of your passing down here. You've got a tight end attached to the top. You know, there's some things that you can go ahead and do out of this, just like this.
Coverage one time this year myself.
So we've never seen that coverage.
Not me.
Okay, have you seen it? Has anybody seen it?
I just saw it.
Okay, there you go.
I won't see it again.
So, yeah. So that's telling me it wasn't a called coverage. Again, I think it was a mental error, and that's 3 touchdowns off 3 mental errors.
You see how wide that tackle was over here?
Yeah.
Tackle's real wide.
Look at the kicker's got a little. He's got a little bit of excitement. He kicks this one out of the back of the end zone. Feeling pretty good.
What's your guys' point during the break? It starts with that first trick play, that onside kick, surprise onside.
Yeah, that's Willie's call. Who's going to get it? Who's going to have the guts to call it?
Big time.
A lot of time though.
Dabo's got one coming too.
A lot of time.
Oof.
Instead of sticks, he threw slants.
Tell you what, that outside leverage, you know, they're taking advantage of that, aren't they? Right here, this.
Well, why is 10 going outside of 3?
I think he's expecting stick route.
Yeah.
He's expecting a stick route. They've been going empty and throwing sticks.
Yeah, don't guess.
Again, it's a linebacker on a
Trust your
receiver.
training, man.
Trust you. Oh.
There you go.
Is that Gallman?
Gallman gone, man. Well, he's a good player, guys.
Just inside zone.
Split zone.
Well, they tried a little twist right here, and they don't. They're messed up.
Diaz got to get
This is
inside
the same play they ran a while ago when Deshaun kept it, and he had the tight end coming around and blocking.
A tackle's busting here. They avoided both A gaps.
Right there, Will.
It's not designed.
Right here.
Or some type of. I think the end's supposed to come in the A.
Well, either the end's coming in the A on a Ned stun or whatever, but they're not right.
I think he is reading it again. He just read it wrong.
Now, why is this tight? So this tight end's wrapping around to become a lead blocker for the
For that
quarterback.
safety. It's the same one he picked up about 15, 20 yards earlier.
But this actually helps the defensive end, right? Don't you think?
Well, the end's not coming down.
It's inside
hard.
zone.
Time before.
Yeah, the end chased the dive last time. Well, this has been his guy on these situations, Renfro.
He's uncovered, too.
He's covered right now. He's going to skip it.
There you go.
There it is.
That's too easy.
Well, he's doing a great job of getting the ball out of his hands. I mean, that to me is what it's all about. I mean, he's hitting his back foot, the ball's gone.
He's got a plan.
Especially when nobody's covered down on him.
He's got a plan for blitz.
That's
you
it.
know, if you're going to play, if you're going to go with empty, you better have a plan.
But you hear all the time coaches say, take what the defense gives you. That's a great example of it right there.
That's right.
Big third and long right here. They're in bear. Man free.
Oh, man.
That's a hope throw.
Oh, make that play.
It's the first time I think he's got fooled. First time.
Well, he's not on the
What he
same
stood
page.
in there and made a throw again, though. Watch this guy breathing down right there.
The receiver's too much dancing, trying to get that route.
Good pressure from the upside on
It's
Williams.
cover one beater. Ford does a great job in the coverage with, follow 7. I don't know what you guys call that one, but
Good job on the pick stunt up there and slip inside that tackle.
Yeah, here you go.
it's a red zone favorite down there, isn't it, Will? Everybody.
Cut out of 3.
They got 3.
Still a one-possession game.
Yes, sir.
You know, so far, each team has.
Right now, I can't trust. Without Mackenzie Alexander, my leader in the secondary, I'm going to play cover 2, and I'm going to force them to run the ball and trust my front 7.
I'm telling our defense, guys, we're playing extremely well. We've had 3 busts for 21 points. Just keep playing your tail off. Stay with the plan. It's working.
But are you
Keep big
careful?
eyes.
Are you careful what you call? I mean, because you're having busted coverages, or you still
Secondary.
play man.
Well, I mean, again,
they hadn't been in
weren't
a lot
all
of
in.
man.
They hadn't been in man. They've been
Third
in
and
zone
short
looks.
when they get to 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, that's when they've gone that 2-man. They still play man, but it's out of that 2 safety look, but it's still man out of that.
I think
If I'm
their
Bama,
plan-
I'm
their
going to get
plan
in
is
that 3-by-1
good.
set again and keep them out of the too high.
Yeah?
You know, it seemed like that's when they got out of the too high when they went.
Look how wide Alabama's got that left tackle there for them. There.
Ain't gonna happen.
That guy right there, huh?
They ain't letting that happen.
No chance to return it here.
Look out.
Don't let him out.
Kicker. Come on, kicker.
Oh,
There you go with your special teams, huh?
Not special.
Yeah. You know, that backside guy was bending, and you want to tell him, you tell him you run to the back heels of the returner. You run to the back heels of the returner, and right here, you can see, yeah, this guy right up here,
Can't run past the ball.
right there.
right there.
Okay. And right here,
There's your full player.
this is your guy right here. You got to tackle the back
One
heels.
can't.
Yeah.
You got 8 guys from the hash to the sideline over here. And again, they squeeze the kickoff team all the way. They want to try to pin you in there. But who's going to run the ball down the sideline right there? You know the ball's coming back out to the field.
What do you tell that your contained guy? Don't turn your shoulders. Keep your shoulders square so the ball can't get outside of you. And he turns his shoulders and watch the ball bounce back outside. Watch 25 here.
Yep.
Well, that's your starting corner and your starting safety for Clemson, missing the tackle in space.
It's also you don't stop your feet in space.
Yes.
Bring your feet. You
Miss
stop.
on the outside. If you're going to miss, miss
Exactly.
on the outside. Don't miss inside.
That's right.
Wow.
Special teams.
Oh, man.
Special teams.
And you got your starters on special teams, trusting that they're going to be there to make the play.
How about this?
2 big-time special team plays. Onside kick.
Unbelievable.
Some great video there now.
I know that investment in the pylon cam would pay off at some time.
Been waiting for that all day. But now it's broken.
So next
That's
year,
all right.
are we watching the whole game from the pylon?
Yes, we got it. If Greasy's at the controls, yes.
Yeah,
we
that's
would
what we'll
be,
do.
yes.
After further review, the ruling on the field and touchdown.
You can pull up the pylons cam.
That was it right there. We just saw it. Yeah. Did his hand come? No, he's in there.
That's a great play. I think the other thing, guys, and I don't know if you guys remember Frank Gans. Frank Gans is one of the great special teams coaches of all time.
Yeah.
He always taught us when we angle kick like that you run and run to the side of the kick. Now, you saw that the second guy in ran outside, which created that hole, as opposed to running to the side of the kick and get everybody going to that side. And I'm not saying get everybody squeezing that side, but everybody run to the side of the kick. Then you condense the field that way. And
Talking about avoiding the blocker to the side.
of the kick. And we saw that opposite happen when the second guy from the outside went outside. So it's conceptually like 2 guys in 1 gap, like we talk about on defense, which you always want to avoid.
Well, special teams has bailed this Alabama team out in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and Clemson does have big playability and big-time
Said if there's
athletes, so
some weakness for them, I mean, it was
Special teams.
yeah.
where they are nationally in all their special teams. I mean, offense and defense, they're way up there, and then special teams. In fact, the efficiency thing that ESPN does, if you look at those, if you pull those numbers up, you'll see.
How much of that, Larry,
pretty
is
drastic.
depth, too, and recruiting and depth, because you have starters on all their special teams.
Yeah,
I think all of us have,
we all
depending
do.
on what the special team is.
Right.
Yeah.
Like on your punt team, you're a starter on it before you're a starter on anything else.
Right.
We've got starters in every one of ours.
And so,
Bring it out. Come on, man. I'm telling that guy to bring it out. He's an explosive athlete. Bring it out. You're only 3 yards
Yeah, but if
deep.
they start peeing 10 at the 15-yard line, saying he shouldn't have taken it out.
Telling the guys at Clemson, look, we marched all the way down the field with 37 seconds, so right before half, we're all right.
Yep.
11-point game.
We got a lot of time.
Yeah.
Now, this series is important.
7:31.
Let's do what we do. Let's go
Some
down
big
and
chunks
score.
here.
Well, we know we're going to get tempo.
I think Deshaun Watson's going to run.
Nice job of using your hands, defeating blockers.
That's what they do.
That's how you
That
draw it
end's
up.
done a great job on that center pulling on this play every time they've run it.
Well, he took a big shot there, too.
Got a too-deep look by Alabama. Playing a little bit more safe, maybe. Bringing 4.
Let's check down.
Good check down.
You know what you noticed right there?
Hey, he always keep his feet
that
moving
very
on
often.
contact.
He's a player, man.
Picks up first down.
It almost looked like up front that they weren't going all out there. In other words, you know, they were going to keep him in the
quarterback
pocket,
take off.
right?
Capture mode, huh?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that philosophy?
Trying to squeeze those running lanes.
You agree with it, Jim?
I think it's making sure this guy doesn't.
And make him go the distance,
Yeah.
right?
And he's
That's
beat
exactly
you with
right.
his legs, so
That's motion by the left guard there.
Oh, you can't take a sack.
There's the collapse.
right
Nice
tackle.
job.
Look at that. Look,
Watch the pass rush move up top.
watch 56's hands. Watch him.
Flips his
Look at
hips.
that.
Look how he
Look at
flip his hips to the quarterback, gets his toes turned.
Okay, help too, that green dog,
Yeah.
that backer.
Gets his toes turned.
That was the lane where he was running before.
Remember that hoop we were talking about?
The hoop, yeah.
There's that hoop.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Play that.
First
What
down.
a first down.
There you go.
Tell you what,
Yaks.
Look out.
wrapping up.
Tackling.
Yaks.
Wow.
What is he doing?
You got the sideline view of that?
Yeah.
That's that cover 2 again, right? Check down.
Check
4
it
verticals.
out. 4 verticals. Check it down.
Missed tackle.
Missed tackles.
2.
You got,
3, 4.
Don't see that very often.
got some guys pulling up, too. with
Yep.
The ball, it's
Don't see that very often.
finished.
Fatigue.
Timeout.
Alabama has
They call
taken their
one.
first time out of the
See, he
half.
got on his knee.
30 seconds in duration.
You know, is that a timeout to catch your breath?
Oh, yeah.
I think
Just
so.
kind of regroup.
Yeah, they're back.
Yep.
Smart.
And Gallman's a player, huh? It's nice to have a little check down guy. You can make people miss in space.
I would love to see how many yards that kid have after contact.
Yards after contact for number 9.
Yeah, you watch him, you watch
This is
him.
ESPN. We could probably get that for you. in a heartbeat.
Well, he didn't show up for 3 quarters. I mean, he had 8 carries and 8 yards at halftime. But
Remember, he went in the locker room at one point.
Yeah.
Hurt.
After he scored his touchdown.
What do you do in the locker room?
Don't know. Magic dust.
So just so you guys, when you get to the national championship, we're going to be in here in the film room rewinding your reaction on the sideline.
That'd be just fine.
You'll be just fine with that.
Yeah. That'd be
1st
fine.
and 10. Here we go.
Deep tailback. Trying to change it up.
Pretty deep.
Boy, he's taking what they give him.
That little seam hitch right there, huh?
Taking what they give him.
Yep.
Read the corner, throw the corner. Corners off, throw short. Corners up, throw deep.
You got it.
Low to high to low.
So you don't think they need to be putting those orange and
advantage
purple
at the
cards
top
up?
up
You
here.
don't think there's a
3 on 3. This is the matchup they've liked on Fitzpatrick.
got miscommunication with Alabama right now, trying to talk it through.
That's a
Touchdown, too.
Yeah.
That was a touchdown weak side here.
That's the second pass they got knocked down, and I
Trying to
think
run
wide
Bob
open.
down here with number 19.
Think that was a touchdown there?
A lot of switch releases for him. I don't know if it's a touchdown.
I think he's where he was
He's
throwing
throwing
it.
to 19.
Petway,
He's throwing 19,
yeah, that's Petway, the guy that blocked the field goal.
3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
How do you contain the quarterback here?
5-man rush. They're going to get in bear. Play man-to-man.
Off the edges?
Got it.
Nice call.
Oh, boy.
Good cut by that
Receivers
back.
missed the block out there.
First down.
You can't just catch the ball. You have to block somebody, too.
Somebody's supposed to
down.
peel there.
Look at that. Oh.
Somebody was supposed to peel, I would imagine.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know
No,
if
because they're playing, now that's right, they're playing
they
trap
trapping
over there, aren't
Looked
they?
like they were trapping it up top
Yeah.
of the area
Because he's
inside.
going that way.
There you go.
I think 29's got to peel off that.
They won't, not with the trap.
Not with the 2 trap over there, I don't.
Getting cute.
Oh, what happened here?
Touchdown.
Slants.
See what happened. Then 3 deep ripple is, and they should have dropped the slant.
Whoa, where's Cyrus going?
Wow. Guessing. Take away the inside. Can you tell by a split?
Big time answer by Watson in that offense right there.
It was 7:41, right?
Yep.
So 3 minutes, took it right down, scored, no problem.
So you're going to go for 2 here? What do you like?
Let's see, 5 at this point. Yeah,
Good.
probably go ahead and get 2.
Empty.
Quarterback on the edge.
Quarterback, draw.
Little read option,
Don't
maybe
read it.
leg it.
It's 0 coverage.
He's gonna
0
max it.
coverage.
Out. Number 3.
Pick route. He's going to make.
Nobody open.
That's a great effort by 90. Jerron Reed.
Yeah.
The big fella.
There's nobody open up here.
That's a moneymaker for number 90 right here.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I like about that, you notice how he didn't go chase. He ran and took the proper angle.
Yeah.
Went where he's going.
Yeah.
Right here, they got that little stunt game on, and this is he doesn't get upfield, and watch him turn and run to the angle. That's a smart play. That big boy's getting out there, giving everything he has. A great effort.
I mean, look at the plaster on the defensive backs. I mean, that's
Right.
impressive.
Receiver try to get open. Tailback.
I'm surprised he didn't come to Renfro or Leggett, the 2 guys he likes.
It's a great play.
The matchups that they wanted.
A lot of time.
That was
Now,
the first jailbreak
You would think,
protection
you know,
we've seen.
they were running the ball like
That
they
is,
could
too.
run the ball. It'd be over
Have a
with.
chance.
Find it out.
4-minute offense, right?
Yeah.
But they hadn't been able to run football.
Well, and don't forget now, Alabama made it a little bit easy on them. They had Gallman stopped a couple times, and as to Willie's point, the yards after contact off of a check down.
Yeah, I'm just talking. Alabama gets the ball here. You'd think they'd go into 4-minute offense, but I don't know if they can do it.
Alabama's got their hands team out there right now, so
Really?
it's not going to be a return, that's for sure.
So, Larry, tell them what you mean about 4-minute offense. Expand on that a little bit.
Well, I just mean that, you know, Alabama, you would think that what you want to try to do here is continue to pick up first downs and run the clock out and end the game in a victory formation.
And as a head coach, are you conscious now of running that play clock down to about...
All you're thinking about.
Okay, so
You don't want to put your defense back onto the field.
when do you want the ball snapped? What should we look for as we're watching this? What time? You want it snapped at 1 second, Pat?
2 seconds.
2 seconds, Larry? Okay.
3.
That's what we tell our guys, too.
Clemson's got 2 timeouts, and remember, they burned that 1 timeout because of the tackle not being able to line up.
Exactly right.
I was trying to think.
It won't matter if they don't get first downs, though.
Right.
And they...
Well, this is where you might have to lean on, you hope your Heisman Trophy winner finds a way to get it done.
Right. Still got 7 in the box here.
That's
4.
Well, here comes the 8th right now.
Inside run right here based on the count.
Oh, gee.
Tackle over reach.
That's not good 4-minute offense, right?
That's exactly right.
That right tackle's been whipped all game.
He ended up overreaching right here, and they actually had the numbers they want over here.
Over here, they're in great shape over here.
Check and
But he doesn't have any help from his guard, so you can't overplay it that way. You got a 3 technique over here.
Well, if you're going to run outside, shouldn't a guard be stepping outside?
But the guard had a 3 technique.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so he can't avoid the 3.
No, I'm not saying he can avoid, but can he left hand him and come outside? It look like I don't know. I mean, that's an awful lot to ask your tackle to do.
They don't seem like they have.
But if the tackle knows I got no help, I can't overstep.
Another timeout.
I mean, that whole sequence right there, that's not
also,
what you want on
Clemson's
offense.
playing cover 2, so they're going to let their 5 techniques come inside. They're going to bounce the ball outside, and that's where they really hurt them with a vertical penetration to bounce the ball to the corners on the edges.
Right.
I wish the tackle would have got a little bit on him.
Sure.
Probably would have allowed him to get outside there.
Well, and the corner,
You're going to think outside zone if that's what they're going to do and block the receiver on the corner,
Yeah.
But you still got to get your hands on him.
Yeah.
You can't just let him go inside of you.
I think the corners have done outstanding in run support for
They
Clemson
have.
tonight. I mean,
If you'd say you're going to turn 2 loose on the corners, if you're with number 2, you'd probably say that's a pretty good battle.
physical tackling corners. It's kind of a The unicorn. They're hard to find. Right, Will?
Not in their contract.
It's the unicorn thing, man.
I like it.
It's not the way they make their money.
Oh, dangerous.
There was that screen again you were talking about earlier, Will.
OJ!
Golly, he can run, can he?
You can really run.
One missed tackle.
Well,
Remember, they did
You
the
just
same
talked about the
thing in
corner. He's in
17
great
earlier.
position.
you think? I think the corner needs to stay outside. It bounces inside to the
He's in
safety.
great position. I'm saying, what? He doesn't need to come inside.
Yeah, exactly. He lost
Safety's
his...
fitting inside.
Yeah.
J-Ron
You tell
Curse.
safety there if the
Well, the safety can't lose himself in the trash. He's got to stay alive.
Right.
You know, buy time if you have
Yeah,
to.
but he expected
Stay
that.
alive. Sure, but still at the end of the day, I got to
Mind him.
stay alive.
And that's Mackenzie Alexander's replacement.
It was 11 right there.
It's a linebacker.
You got to hold him to 3. You got to hold him to 3 now.
You got to get up front.
Yeah.
How long you hold on your timeouts?
Well, they're carrying
you don't
2,
need-
right?
2.
You're not going to use them now.
I'd hold them
When do you, I guess my point is, when do you start using them?
after third down.
Yeah.
After third down.
Yeah, because you got
You guys look at it, you have a lot more chance to stop the clock on offense than you do on defense, correct?
Right.
yeah.
So you're going to...
Jeez, they're really
They're
struggling
scrambling
now.
out. That's what happens.
So you take one here, Will?
Well, what's it? Third and what?
3.
I'd let it go. It's 2:50. You got
don't.
plenty of time.
I don't.
Let it go down to 2 minutes. Call timeout before make them kick the field.
Anybody take a timeout here?
You know, I'm kind of one of those that goes ahead and uses them maybe a little earlier than a lot of guys.
And why is that?
Because in the college game, you got a lot of opportunities to stop the clock.
Yeah.
Down?
Totally different than pro ball.
Yeah. And
So you would take one, Jim?
I like going ahead and having the time on the back end.
Yeah.
You don't. If you don't hold them right here, you got to make them kick right here. Oh wow.
Boy, are they
They're
struggling.
gonna have to take a timeout.
Another one.
Wow.
And wow.
There's a helper.
Yeah, I won't use much time out here.
Now look at Jacob Coker up there. He's going a little...
Look at this guy.
Yeah, Jacob's getting a little upset. He got to bring his composure in now. You know, that's what his offensive tackle's saying. We got it.
But if you're Bama, why do all of that?
I tell you what, though, I like that. I like that.
Run the ball.
You like what out of quarterback? Throwing a nutty?
I like that right there.
2 minutes ago?
I like that right there.
So that's twice now, right?
How much of that you put on this guy?
Roll right there. They were scrambling.
Yeah.
I had to call a timeout earlier.
In this situation, you don't have to shift the motion, really.
Right? I mean, if you're calling plays on the sideline, Willie,
That's what happens.
simple?
Yep, keep it simple. You
Yes?
put the pressure on them. It's a big down right here.
How about a little play action off this? Anybody got the guts to call that one?
Sure.
Yeah, why not, huh?
3rd and 3. 3 points is good. Hand it off to the big dog.
Yeah, that's a safe play.
Double tight.
There's your play action.
Oh, he's wide open. Oh,
Wow.
We got the first.
There's the play action.
How about Coker getting the first one?
Making plays with his feet.
right there. You guys think he gets it right there? Now look at this. He had his eyes up.
I think he was told don't throw it.
Really?
If the first one's not there, run it.
Wow. I love the call, though, man.
I think it was a good call.
Bury him. First and goal.
You got to go win the game.
Oh, that was a call to go win it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Love it.
Well, you haven't exactly played great defense in the second half. They've been able to move the ball. You got to make a call to win the game, and that's what you do.
I think, James, they didn't score too quickly. They've taken a lot of time here, like Saban would want, right?
That's exactly right.
That's exactly how you draw it.
If that tight end would have scored real quick, I mean,
That's some great effort there.
Saban probably yelled and said, slow down.
Great play by Coker, too. Man,
Four-minute
first
offense.
down.
He's had to earn it tonight, right? I mean, he's been knocked around.
I don't. Just the mental toughness of Coker too. I mean, hanging in there and making plays, doing the things he needs to do, winning ugly.
Well, I mean, those breakdowns in the secondary were, I mean, that's a dealer's choice for a quarterback. That can really get your confidence going. Guy running wide open downfield.
I'd say you know what they're going to do now.
I kind of wonder where the clock would have been if Alabama didn't have to use those couple timeouts on
Right.
the drive.
Now, this is the same, short yardage goal line, formation and play that they ran the first time. You think you'd have an answer for those A gaps?
Run it again, coach.
Run it again.
Run it
I'd be
again,
rolling
coach.
somebody up through those A gaps.
You guys listen to this on the sideline?
Yeah. Do it again.
Yeah. You follow the advice of your offensive line on what plays to call?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Heck yeah.
9
They're
seconds,
late coming out again.
7, 6.
Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak.
All game.
Touchdown.
Clock still running.
Probably to the benefit.
Might as well let him score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I was
get
gonna
to go
say
down and
that
score, kick an onside kick.
Surely
Took the
chance.
clock and the game.
Wow.
To the benefit of Alabama, that maybe he
should.
didn't get in there that quick.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I think that helps Alabama.
And going to what Pat said, really at this point right here, what do they have left timeout-wise?
They got one.
Clemson's got
That's it.
Two. Clemson has two.
They got one left.
their last
Oh, they just took it right there.
last one.
The last one.
What a great game, though, huh, man?
Great
Well
game.
coached.
Great ball.
Great game.
Teams prepared. Yeah.
Trick
Well,
play.
we have the onside kick, and we got the touchdown return.
And really the couple explosive plays by
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yep.
Right?
All by bad coverage.
Yep.
Think about it. Even on the run play when he broke out.
Was that 5 national championships for Coach Saban? Close to, right?
I don't know. It's not over. I'm not going to jinx it.
Jumping the gun.
We got to get this ball in the
Well,
end zone.
yeah, I think I'm safe. I'm gonna play the percentages on
Fumble
that
return for
prediction.
a touchdown.
Yeah.
He didn't get it. He didn't get in.
Nope. That's okay.
You going for it or you kicking it?
Yeah, now they're going to run the clock down.
Where's the clock?
Minute 30 something.
clock
Oh,
up.
we got to see the clock.
Oh, man.
no.
Come on now.
How did they give that to him?
Wow, how did you give that to him?
All right.
Wow. That now, right?
Well, these are the ones that it's almost impossible to
Because it's
return.
big.
Yeah, but, so how do you give that
that
to him?
was
How
so
do you
late.
how do you come in, run in there, and he's over
Early on
here?
the field, the runners broke the plan to go.
Not there.
There's no way.
Oh,
Well, when do you say the momentum stopped? There's no way he's in over here.
Wait till he.
Guys, there's no way they're calling that.
Where,
so I think, right there when the ball.
That's what they're saying?
but he didn't. He doesn't see that from now. He comes in late.
How they
Yeah.
make the
How does he
call.
make a call? Watch where he's at. He's over here on the hash.
See if you can see it from this angle.
Nice.
Dot again for
Yeah.
good pressure. Right there.
Right there, yeah. I think right there when he extends it, that's
That
across
guy
the
over
plane.
there does not see that.
There you go, right here, the other
Watch.
side.
You can't tell me.
Okay, not there. And watch your ball right here. This is the angle that official is calling right there, Larry. So that's how he saw it.
So why didn't he raise his hands right then?
Right.
When he runs in here, what else?
Oh,
what does he
that's a good
see?
look right there. I mean, that one.
That's a good look. I'm just asking
He should have raised his hands right
right then.
Yeah,
After
right
review,
away.
the ruling on the field of touchdown is confirmed.
That's where everybody went to the officials, broadcast right there.
Right.
That was the one, that was the one
shot they
call. They
had.
all flipped over there, right?
I got the.
I thought it was a well officiated game, though. I thought
it was
the guys
a
done
great-
tremendous job.
Really, anytime you kind of don't notice them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good
That's
one.
really what it's all about.
you're right.
Well, we had some officials here. I booed them to make them feel welcome to their home.
Special teams, guys. The special teams became the deciding factor in the second half.
You know, and I think that was one of the things talking on the way in. Larry actually brought that up, you know, is really where's the difference sometimes in these big games. And you know what? Special teams, you hit it.
You guys back there, y'all have the efficiency deal on that the ESPN puts out?
On
They do it
special
on
teams
offense,
or-
defense, and special teams, and they have everybody ranked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that was the
You know what I'm
misstep.
talking about? Pull that up going into this game.
This is efficiency right here on a kickoff return, setting it up and athlete, and I think a lack of execution in kickoff coverage. And I like the point that Coach Taggart made. Going into the second half, Coach Taggart's point was who's going to have the guts to call the trick play or to run some type of surprise play, which was the onside kick, which I think was the difference maker.
No doubt.
You know,
No doubt.
Uncle Mo.
Uncle Mo.
And
They grabbed it.
not only did he call it, they executed it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That kicker had a heck of a
kicker.
Unbelievable kick.
That's not easy to do.
That's why you do it 1,000 times, right, guys?
So we've got the Gatorade bath cam over here. Is that what? There we go.
Tell you what, I would have thought that it would have been 78 points in this ball game with both defenses.
Yeah. I was thinking more around 35,
Yeah.
40 at the most.
Yeah, it just shows you what explosive plays do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've been talking
Check
about
jump coming up.
how well Clemson's playing.
Yep.
Well, now you've got
Empty.
Yeah.
So in this situation, you're up 12 with a minute left. Do you want your guys on the sideline thinking Gatorade, or you want?
no, not at all. And especially with how quickly they've actually scored.
He's already proven. You have that?
Ask and you shall receive.
Thank you. So Clemson was 17th in offense, 7th in defense, 126th in special teams
Isn't that amazing?
out of 128.
You got to get that coordinator let go after the game.
You know, Alabama's 54th in offense, 1st in defense, and 30th in special
Got to score
teams.
quick.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what? They hit him right in that seam, that right here against this coverage. You know, this prevent.
But why are the linebackers stepping in down? Shouldn't everybody be back? I just don't go ahead and let them have the check down maybe on that.
They let him have it. He turned. He thought he was going to run.
Like that prevent?
Do I like it? Yeah, in this situation, up 12, I love it.
You just got to expend time right here.
Right.
Bleed the clock.
Right.
But again,
Even if
a
they
little
score,
more
you
depth.
just got to make them. You got to make them eat up the clock.
Got to get out of bounds.
Not right there.
Get out of bounds.
He's in bounds. First down?
Stop it.
Stopped.
He lined up. Did they catch him out of bounds?
I think they called him first
The
down.
clock will start on my signal.
Yeah. Line up, go.
Start on the signal.
Call him in bounds.
Line up.
Called him in bounds and moved the chain
Snap it.
first down.
Started. Let's go. He doesn't know it's going. He doesn't know it's going. He doesn't know it's going.
5 seconds wasted.
Wow.
Looking for that dig.
You got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of it.
That's a lot of time for that.
It was 30 seconds down to 17 on one play.
I'll tell you though, great effort by both teams, coaches, everybody involved. That's
No
why
doubt.
we love college football. I mean, these kids all
It's a great game.
gave their hearts.
Great game tonight.
I think the bottom line, Deshaun Watson played good enough to win, and that's saying something.
Gave him a chance.
Yeah.
You bet he did.
I think there were 3 mental busts that cost, and it takes good teams to exploit those busts.
Gosh.
It ain't over yet.
What a
See that,
throw.
bro?
Wow.
But why are we not back in the end zone, Coach Muschamp.
Why in Tampa
Well,
too?
he's denying the ball. They're playing man under. They've got a spy on the quarterback. They're playing something. They've run the whole game, and that's a heck of a throw
That
and
is
catch.
a great throw and catch right there.
I know, but
Should
why are
we
you
have
playing
done
man under in that situation?
You could play deeper if you
He's
want.
not playing man under. I mean, it's just the backer. That was the dime player running with the vertical.
Man short.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
How does this happen?
put 8 back at the goal line. But next year we'll work on that.
Better hurry up and have a 10-second runoff.
12 seconds.
All right.
Onside kick.
Onside kick. Coach Fedora, take us through the onside kick. You can't.
What's your thought process?
Well, you need to keep them on sides.
I'm sorry.
Make sure it's
What a great
very
throw.
obvious that
What
they're
a great
onside.
throw, man.
Unbelievable.
Golly.
Guy's a great player.
What's he throwing for? Over 300 yards, easy.
Yeah.
He's a true sophomore?
25.
Or a redshirt sophomore?
That was an
Redshirt
NFL.
sophomore.
Rush for 100.
Yeah.
That was.
He get hurt his first year.
Last year. Wasn't it last year?
Yeah, he redshirted. I think Taj Boyd was a senior that
Yeah.
year. He redshirted
That's
when
what
he
it
came. Then he got hurt that year.
Last year.
Right.
I think they ought to let those sophomores go to the NFL if they throw for 300 in a championship.
No doubt.
You know? I mean, why not let that guy go? I mean,
Yeah.
He's a heck of a player.
he is.
How many different onside kicks will you carry going into a game? You have, I mean,
Well, I mean, you have your surprise, you know,
Yeah.
that you use like they did, and then you have, I mean,
You got your must onside that
Right.
you're going to work.
right?
And so possibly if they've had to use it at some
they
point during
haven't
the
used
year,
it this year.
then they may, you know, put in another one. But this is the same one that they've practiced every Friday, every Thursday.
6x4.
Well, you know,
big
this-
bounce.
Yeah. By the angle of the kicker. Nothing.
Oh,
Got the bounce.
Get it out of bounds.
Oh.
That's it. That's all you need to do.
almost.
Game over.
All right, now the Gatorade bath.
That's a great game.
That's a great kick.
Great
there, too,
game. Great kick. Gave him a chance.
88 did a great job at blocking, number one. The guy that's going to get the ball, 88 blocks him so he can't get down the field. I mean,
Yeah.
they do a good job going up and getting their hats on people and
Yeah.
let 13 go recover it.
Well executed by the
He
defense.
got the hop. He won it on the second bounce.
Dude,
there.
that's a almost too big a hop.
Here it comes. We got him. How much does he like that?
Yeah, he
Doesn't look real happy.
Not as much as anybody. Nobody likes that. Great game.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that's a good shot right there.
It's that good sticky stuff too.
And they got the red stuff, too.
Laid his hair down, didn't it?
Can we get a smile? He's like, who came up with this idea? Wow, so that's 5 national championships for him.
Yeah, and there's no feeling like it. I mean, that's, you know, what these guys are going through right now. And, you know, I'm just, you know, kind of on a personal note, I'm excited for Kirby, for Burton Burns, for Bobby Williams, guys that have been there from the start. And just to see those guys be successful like that, man, that's something special.
There's no feeling like it to be a part of a national championship, and you know, it's a great feeling.
How do you compare him in the history of college football? Obviously, Bear Bryant was 6. How do you guys look at it?
Guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Guy's pretty good.
Done amazing.
No doubt.
Consistency's been hard to do.
To sustain the things that, you know, that's what's special about what he does.
You know, and I know this. They're going to go enjoy this for about 12 hours. They're going to have a recruiting meeting tomorrow.
right away, huh?
They'll be ready to go. That's how it is, you know, and that's all part of it. Enjoy it for a little bit, but now, guys, it's time to get back to work and maintain where we're at.
I remember Urban Meyer talking about, I think, after he won his first or second national championship, he was actually in the locker room calling recruits. So, I don't know if you have to go to that level. I can understand maybe tomorrow, but enjoy tonight. And
Might be a couple he's on the phone with after this game.
yeah. Would you do that,
There's
Pat?
a couple special ones, no question.
I don't think Saban have to do that.
Yeah.
With all the national championships he's won and the way they've been playing consistently enough, winning, he can wait till tomorrow.
You can wait till tomorrow. What a great job.
They might call him.
No, it's yeah, that's a great feeling right there now.
That was a great game, man.
Yeah.
That was a great game. Both sides
Clemson
of
played
the
their
ball.
tails off, you know.
Yeah.
There's two champions out there today, that's for sure.
Well, with that quarterback, they're going to have every opportunity a year from now. I mean, to think that they only returned one starter on the offensive and defensive lines, and they're in the championship game. I mean, that's the job that Dabo Swinney did. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really. And to go to this point undefeated,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. That's
hard to do.
That's a tough
Yeah.
business, man.
Well, they have Gallman back, Watson back. I believe Scott's back. I mean, they have some people coming back, and they have something to build on. Good thing nobody has to play them next year.
There you go.
Never mind. Oh, yeah.
I hope I'm playing them next year.
Yeah.
You don't have them on crossover, do you?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do?
What do you have, Pat?
We've got him down there.
You got him down there? That's an easy place to play, though. Don't worry about it.
No doubt. We'll be ready.
That's something you embrace, though, I would think,
Kids
right?
love
When you go to a place like Clemson or
Kids will love to go down there.
give an opportunity.
That's right.
Will, you got them too, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
You guys have been around long enough to know the difference of how hard it is to win today in college football versus how hard it was to win 20, even 30 years ago. And talking about these 5 national championships, is it harder to do that in today's college football than it was even 20, 25 years ago?
It's hard to say. I think, that the one thing you looked at maybe then, you didn't play as many games. You didn't have the championship game in your, within your conference, which is something, let me tell you now, that game's something special. There's another one that you have to add on to it. Now when you're getting into the playoff situation, that you're actually playing 3 extra.
Yeah.
Where it was before, what'd you go? You played in the Rose Bowl or the Orange Bowl or Sugar Bowl, and you know what? That was it.
Yeah, I also think when you went to 85 scholarships, there's so much more parity in college football now. And, back in the day, I mean, when you had unlimited scholarships you could give, the blue bloods were getting all the kids, and those kids weren't, they weren't transferring. They just were there, and they weren't playing against them. And now there's so much parity. There's a lot of really good football teams out there.
I think also there's a lot more distraction now than it was back then. With TV and social media, and I think Coach Saban does a great job of keeping his guys locked in to what they need to do. You don't hear a lot about those guys getting in a lot of trouble off the field, and I just think about like one of Clemson's best players didn't play in this ball game. Don't know exactly what happened, but one of their best players didn't play in that ball game. Could have made a difference in the ball game.
Talking about the receiver.
Deion King. Yeah, really talented players, but that's tough to do nowadays, just keeping everybody locked into the goal. And I always say staying inside of a cocoon, as a football team. You stay there and not get caught up in all the outside distraction. That's tough to do nowadays.
They took some measures, some unprecedented measures this week, delaying the decisions for some of their underclassmen to get their reports back from the NFL, to maintain focus. Felt like that was an issue last year against Ohio State. Is that something you guys will think about doing potentially if you get in this situation?
Well, he's created that culture.
Yeah.
So it's easier to do once you've been there and you've stabilized how you want things and how you want things to be run. And the players start running the organization and take ownership in what you're doing.
That's one thing you hear him say about this particular football team. There was great leadership on this team. They weren't going to let some of the distractions happen. And really, usually those championship teams and the ones that he's had, they've been created because of great leadership, and the guys handled the locker room.
Right.
They handle the summer workouts. They handle discipline. And you know what? that is something special.
Well, the challenge moving forward, and Coach Meyer talked about this, that when you come off of a national championship, to keep that focus, it's hard not to get distracted and live to that pressure of trying to repeat. I just think it's a monumental task if you can go back to back in college football. I don't know how you do that.
I think the one thing Coach does a great job, and we had that, where we came off one, struggle a little bit that next year with a very talented team, and had to kind of recenter and focus before we came back and got the next one. But really, he does such a great job to understand that there is no, they aren't defending anything, because as soon as this game's over, there's a group of guys that are gone, and there's a new group coming in. And you know what? That team won the national championship. You didn't. You're not defending anything. You've got to go stand on your own, and he does a great job with that, understanding that the day that this is over, it actually is a new beginning for a whole new group of guys.
Well, big challenges. Great year this year, 2015, man.
It's a great season. I mean, it was twists and turns.
Tremendous.
All season.
New challenges. Will, I guess, the one thing I look at is, what are you looking forward to as a head coach of South Carolina?
Well, number one, getting back on the road recruiting. Number two, getting back with our team. Everybody asked me about our team. I've had a 10-minute meeting with them in December, and I've had about a 30-minute meeting with them Sunday night, and I'm meeting with all the players right now. So we have a lot of challenges in front of us, but looking forward to getting started.
What are you looking forward to, Pat?
Making improvements year two. Got year one under our belt here at Pitt, and looking to make improvement in year two.
Coach?
I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of team we're going to have in 2016. Our 2015 team had great leadership. We had great chemistry. We had a great locker room. And our guys loved each other, and that's why we had success this year. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this 2016 team develops.
Coach Taggart?
Same thing, just trying to get better. We always say you're either getting better or you're getting worse. No one stays the same. And want to see how our football team, unprecedented situation for ourselves, too, because we never won before.
Outstanding. We'll check with you in a minute, Coach.
All right.
So thank you guys, man. This was a lot of fun, a great championship game, a great season. Good luck to each of you in the 2016 season. We really appreciate you guys coming and spending the time with us.
Really looking forward to it.
Great job, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Go, brother.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Good luck. Thanks.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, man.
See you for a while.
Good luck.
Good stuff. Congrats. All right.
Coach,
Enjoy.
good
We'll
luck,
see you
man.
soon.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
Enjoyed it, man.
Will, appreciate it, man. See you, bud.
It's awesome. You guys are great.
Appreciate you coming, dude.
You got it.